did I do? Hello. Humble them on a good evening, on a good afternoon, good day. We don't come today. Today, the topic they can discuss is very critical because people then go misunderstand we. But that notwithstanding, we need for talk about them because if we're not ready for face the truth about who that we be, we'll not ever make Sierra Leone. We for left for the put blame. Then we look at what we know they do as people, individually, collectively, for make Sierra Leone a better place. Now that we they can discuss today. Now I make today we say Alaki na culture now na Sierra Leone, but we can change them if we want for change them. But before they go into that, La left me co-host later Lunadu.
About this year, 1 hour, Alicia, Baba Wikawi. Women no second no sukori no tong, mama. The family let me na cabo plenty kushe china. We come back again today for can talk about the half jati them where we get they happen all around the country. You know, I can always they say the world where we live, we all, whether you like it or not, we get certain rules them where they govern we, one way or the other. In life, even Jahannama, I'm not good at it, but I believe say they get regulations. They get red tips, they get blue tips, they get brown tips. People living together for let we able for live together amicably with one another. We can forget fundamental ethical values where we follow. We not just stay together so no more. We not get what you wanna hold to. People can say, what you wanna hold now una get forget something we wanna hold as a people. We not just stay no more. As Stephen can say, Lale Pinta, they all over the place. Order no day. Even with God will make it talk and clear. It's a inner orderly God. Anything where God gets in answer, he get order. We in Sierra Leone, what's in the order where we get? Do we have order? And as I reach at this point where I ask this question, I pass the baton to you, Pa.
Sierra Leone, if they talk about order, we need to ask first, we understand what in order mean. Because people then they talk about order in Sierra Leone. But we understand what in order mean. Every day we get people and they talk about law and order. We get people there they talk about orders from above. We understand what in order mean. That's the first question we need for deal with.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
When they talk about order, not to instruction. Order is not instruction. Order na an agreement, na a social contract. I go repeat them. Order not to instruction because na me dey up, I for tell you what you for do, you for do them by force. That's not order, that's impunity. And how they use na Sierra Leone. Order na contract. Me and Imran Toure, we don't agree say we for the meet and talk every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday.
Exactly.
We dey do them.
Yeah.
That's order. Another take plane go meet Imran Abokul and say if I do this by force. We dey do them. We get a common understanding. That's what order is. And what they do them, We not dey do am for create trouble. We dey do am because we want for bring things together. We dey talk turn by turn. We dey address the issues them na Sierra Leone. That's order.
Order.
Now, this is not the first thing you need for understand. And if we understand them this way, then I go say flatly, we not get order in Sierra Leone.
I agree
Because
with
you say
you.
you get 7, 8, 9 people, all man, they make your own rule. That's not disorder.
Disorderly.
Go ahead, sir.
Yeah, I agree with you because you see, what we do here, we try and bring information to people unadulterated. Order, as in dictionary, it means the arrangement or disposition of people or things in relation to each other according to a particular sequence, pattern, or method.
That's a social
Similar
contract.
meanings of the word order na sequence,
Yes.
arrangement,
Yes.
organization,
Yes.
disposition, structure, system, series, succession, grouping, classification, categorization.
All that they apply them in different ways. We don't outline them so.
Yes.
We talk about sequence and categorization. They talk about several things together. You want to sort them out. Like how you get your library of books.
Yes.
You get where they sort them. If now books of the same type, you get label or code where they give them.
Yeah.
Books of different type, that's an order or sequence.
Yes.
But order within the human existence.
Yeah.
Now, when una gets exchange of respect and trust, if me and you, the minute that respect and trust disappear between we're not able to live together.
No.
We're not even in marriage. 90% of the reason for divorces now because order don't break down in the home. There is no more exchange of mutual respect, mutual friendship, mutual love, etc., etc. Now they bring them problem. So they talk about order. Not away this man na the kuruba, na get the sword or the gun. Well, all man for shake. No, that's not order.
That's not it.
That's impunity. But in Sierra Leone, that is what we understand as order.
Order, yeah.
Because we don't grow up in a society where then traumatized we for beliefs in that's not order.
You are so right.
You begin, you the bitter. Come on here, I go put order for you. I go discipline. Even the word discipline, we they misuse them.
Yeah,
discipline is not something you give to somebody.
Yeah.
It's something somebody adopts. But you can assist them. Because discipline is created by the self. As if I know man, I say, this woman fine, but Allah no go there. I get me with. That's not discipline.
Self-discipline, self-control.
Now, I like you not put the word self, not discipline. Discipline is what you do to prevent things that are unwanted.
Yeah.
Not the way you beat Pekin, they make it discipline. As a matter of fact, them beaucoup people they hold them big them small. Now then they ruin we country so. Because we teach them impunity.
When people then feel to say the order, where would they talk about, or where they talk about order, they mean instructions. That's not what we are talking about.
No. Order, Sierra Leone get 8 million people. Sierra Leone needs electricity. Sierra Leone needs water supply. Sierra Leone needs good roads. Sierra Leone needs good fire force. Sierra Leone needs good schools with equipment. How do we provide this? We can only provide this if we have order and self-discipline and trust, above all, with the one the way they run the country.
And order they help greatly in sorting out on our preferences.
Yes.
They bring discipline. I get 100 pounds. This 100 pounds, how we go spend them? How we go use them?
Exactly. Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
But inside this other day, una get 100 pound. If una dey use am for fly aeroplane, then water no dey, electricity no dey. The cable dem na the country don old, they don deteriorate, or they don depreciate in value. But e dey pump electricity per annum, e dey cause fire.
It cause fire. Or when I give you the 100 per bo Pajalo they pull the picking and bundo, Lord lent and the money first.
Yeah, well, that's where
Lord
the
lent and the
trouble
money
at.
first. You know? That is not an orderliness.
That's
The money was not
orderliness.
given for that in the first place.
Exactly.
You know? And when I give you the money, now about the upkeep of the environment, about everybody in the environment.
Yeah.
When I give you the money, when I ever think about how we did for water, how we did for water. Yes, water no deal, water no deal. They say, that's a priority, Lord put on before. Then somebody say, when I talk about water no more, electricity, now 1 gallon fuel left for run the electricity. They see that in a priority. And it's so funny, even we at the homes them. Now the same thing they happen. When you get your salary, you get to think about your essential bill.
Yeah.
Housing, electricity, water supply, and feeding.
Well, in this part of the world, whether you like it or not, you therefore go through order.
You just can't help it.
You can't.
You just
Otherwise, you are going to sleep in the street.
When are the problem this? Because na Sierra Leone, then go can't meet you. Pajalo when electricity. Pajalo Diana for help me and not cut me for these 2-3 months here. I go pay next month. Now I know they happen. Now not possible.
Nah, not
when
possible.
You see, you not pay you bill.
But no, yeah, then they allow you, but the allowance is conditional. Like if you get electricity bill this month, you're not able to meet up for pay all, you can call them, say, at this amount are they pay all. And say, okay, pay them, but with the add up on the next bill.
The talk where they talk about so,
Now
part of the order.
But if you not pay them,
there for everybody, not
then
for a few. Not for a few. It is a provision for everybody in the country.
Everybody.
Irregardless.
You get telephone bill, you're not able to meet up for pay them. You can call them, tell them, say, I not meet up for pay. Then say, okay, you go pay her next month.
Or
but they add Panam.
Or they go make arrangements for you, say, all right, you bill for you electricity now 50 pounds every month.
Mm-hmm.
The other one, we go make like they pay 2 pounds on top of you 50 pounds every month for cover.
Exactly. But when you not call them, then they cut you off.
Then they never know that you be.
They know. I don't care whether you're head of state or foot of state or beggar man na treat, when you not call them, then they cut you off.
In fact,
that's where order is. Order.
When you not pay, they send the warning. They send the warning. The next thing now someone they get, they go cut.
Then they cut you off. When they cut you off, the next year they get a salmon. That money will be where they pay them first before they connect you.
Plus all court charges.
Yes.
Plus
I don't care how that be. This is what order is.
And
the order what they talk about
also get
90s.
bailiff for Ghana you owe. Can take things away what the money where you owe. Then go auction now.
Yeah. If they're not able to get the money all from that, then go find another way for get that money. To go the workplace, then they call them and pull the money there. And they do them. Then they do them.
Yeah, of course.
Then they do them. Like, yeah, if you owe a certain amount of money, I swear to God, you send they can't take and then sell them.
But these are the things.
Then they take and then sell them. If you get us,
ethical principles.
Then they take and then sell them.
And then they follow them like a fine tooth comb. Nobody know they jump them. If they say na A, they don't agree na the society say na A. Now that A day,
That
everybody
A
they believe
applies
and
to
they all the color.
everybody. It applies to
And if then
everybody.
see say everybody see say then treat that person differently, everybody they grab say we see you treat a man differently, we know they
It is not.
accept you.
It will not happen here
It's not
in
gonna
this
happen
country.
because the people will not let it happen.
Yeah, yeah.
Now that make I can
Eh,
tell people and say
mm.
this ethical thing what we talk about, just like leadership, it is our own responsibility, not a one
It
person
is.
responsibility.
It is not only the
Because we get
responsible
this obsession
alone.
as
We
Salo.
all.
We get this obsession, me brother, and this Nasalo. If a leader, we look for a strong leader. Now, dictator, what they look for one person, they lead a country. When they try to pull one dictator, when they pray to God for love, get another
You
one.
know. You notice,
Leadership
hello,
is not
man.
about one person; it's about the collective.
This leadership thing where you don't talk about.
Yes, sir.
I want to address some today.
Please.
We they get a mistake about the leader having to be the strongest man. The Maoge mind pastor. Yes, leader not for weak. Weak not in sense of being a bully, but a leader forget a presence of mind where they make you able to see things and understand, say, if we do this, na so it go be. If we do that, na so it go be. Or if you're not able, if you be somebody, we open for make somebody tell her, like, oh, this so, you can tell me certain things backstage. I can tell you certain things backstage.
Yeah.
We come to an agreement. But out there, there is somebody to lead. What you una don't agree on, now una they do.
Strictly.
And the leader who they look for, not a leader who they agree with a small group of people for their selfish interest.
Exactly.
We they look for leader where they agree with a small group of people for the national interest. We have hardly had a leader who, with his team, looks at the national interest. We don't need strong leadership. We
Exactly.
need honesty of purpose.
God bless you. God bless
Honesty
you.
of purpose.
Now, this now with people that they misconstrued. Every time they look for a strong leader, we need the Moses. We need.
The Moses Day.
We need.
The Moses Day, but you know, say hide.
Uh-huh.
You hide inside we all, each one of we.
Exactly. When they choose this person, the person we una choose, una all get for agree, say una get for Falana.
Yes.
Because
And
for me, a leader,
when they one the falaram, instead for agree on a moral platform, say, I go listen to me people them. What in
I
them they
have to
say,
listen, waiting they
we go
say.
make sure say we follow. Now I make you remember one thing I tell you, say,
Mm-hmm.
to be a good leader,
Mm-hmm.
you have to be a good follower.
Yeah.
Now that mean the leader for able following people them, listen to them and say, okay, this is what the people believe that is good. Let us find people who have the knowledge. Let's see if this can work and what way it can work. But when you leader, they go, I don't can't give you this, I don't do this. Then you are not a leader. You are just another idiot wasting people's time. You understand?
Yeah.
The morality of leadership, the ethics of leadership, that would they miss na Sierra Leone.
Big time.
And we they miss anything and day because, as I can always say, people are patriotic, but they are not patriotic to the place called Sierra Leone. The patriotism in we, now I make we don't take political parties, they make them into the Republic of Sierra Leone. I am APCian, I am SLPPian. Then, how do these people behave? When SLPP is in power, this is our turn to eat. When APC is in power, it's our turn to eat. Eat what you don't have, you are damaging yourselves. Because We not ever see them say that it will want it, how then they cook am, who that they cook am, who side the ingredients they come out. Because we not recognize the place called Sierra Leone. Now Sierra Leone for provide the ingredients. But are we assisting Sierra Leone to provide the ingredients as Sierra Leoneans? If you ask me, I go say no.
No, we are not.
We they take all we resources, we give away. In we institutions, we give away. Now, we have a problem of electricity. We have a problem of frequent fires. Why do you think we have that problem? Is it because Julius Maada Bio an idiot? Yes, he may be an idiot. But now with cultural mentality, we have never believed that we should do things for ourselves and that we should do it as Sierra Leoneans. You understand?
Mm-hmm.
It's all about now within a power, now go face one businessman who can sign contract. An esca with cow power ship. Look at they. Now we all getting Kaiba. Well, they all over the country. They all about electrification and solar. Now the 10 fire increase. But do we blame Julius Maada Bio alone? If you ask me, I go say no. If you ask me back, I go say yes. Yes and no. You know what you do?
Mm-hmm.
Are you listening to
I'm
me?
listening.
If you can meet electricity problem there, you meet water supply problem there. You meet all them problems here, you don't spend 6 years. Have you ever sat down to ask why are we having these problems? How can we solve them? They have not. Instead, then they look for the easiest way, and rather than they solve the problems, then they put their ego into the thing. Yeah, like government has come, now the MCC. What is MCC money, for God's sake? $400 million. $400 million not able to solve Sierra Leone electricity problem. Why? One, the electrical systems, they're all old and outdated. When you look at the wiring at Sierra Leone, especially in Freetown, some of those wires have been in those homes for the last 50 years. They don't deteriorate. They don't suffer from what they call atomic aging. Every metal, they suffer from atomic aging. Every element, they suffer from atomic aging. You motoka gbe na motoka we buy am every year in quality they go down because they suffer from atomic aging. The accountants or the people and business management then go tell you say it don't depreciate. Not so?
Yeah.
Now aging they take place. And when the wire don't old, if the wire be capable for receive 10 amperes voltage, as time they go, if you continue for the pump 10 amperes per annum, it cause fire. Added to that, you go pack place with a lot of people who don't understand how to use electricity. One socket or one plug, you get over 50 things then connect there. The fact of the situation is, for every time you connect two or more things to one circuit point, you increase the demand for electricity supply. And that electricity means it count more demand for amperes. That amperage, if you can't meet wire we don't hold, it cause fire. Like you always they tell we say, do not connect too many things from one point. Not so.
Overload. You overload the circuit.
Yes, yes.
Every circuit gets a load where it take.
Now the ampere of the wire
Mm-hmm.
now they determine the load where they carry.
Yeah.
That what electric cable na treat. It thick because they carry heavy load. So they carry more amperes. The one at us is lighter. And for each thing, when you get corrected, me not an electrician, but I know this. When you get correct electrician, that wire cable where they take connect wall socket, not to the same cable they take connect bulb. The bulb are the lightest because they demand much, especially if not the halogen bulb or then fluorescent bulb will not they take much current. Then get gas where the gas expand, they become brighter. You understand?
Mm-hmm.
These are all things we don't teach in our schools in Sierra Leone. So you see the cycle of problems? We get electricians then when they don't understand them basic things there. We get a dysfunctional society. And who is causing it? The bloody people we put up there as leaders since independence.
So start with
Not to matter beyond one problem.
well, the
Since
thing is,
independence.
I'm glad when you start the program, we talk about orderliness. Orderliness also come by the way we wanna organize una society.
Yes.
I'm glad the way you bring this topic where they talk about the ampules and the circuits, the this, the that. Even the equipment and what they use now, television, computer,
It gets level of
get different from
electricity.
electricity where they need.
Yeah.
So therefore, they all not they connect by the same kind plugs.
No.
And that's make would they get a what they call fuse box. And that fuse box now they organize how they distribute the current in the house.
And now just hold it there a little bit.
Yeah.
The current switch them where then they make with them fuse boxes.
Mm-hmm.
Then get what's in them called circuit breaker.
Yeah.
If there is overload, they kick off, the whole place go off. And if you see us born from electricity, that means the fuse box not get circuit breaker.
That's not one thing. And the other thing where we they waiting, some of them we building and they don't build it for before them born.
Like State House. State House has been built since 1950s.
No, now extension they make 1954. I do a research on that. They do extension 1954. They do another extension 1970.
I don't know the exact date with them build,
Yes,
but not. It was built in the 1900s.
1895 they build up.
Okay.
So you find out for say the cable that we did it, are they the same cables there? Because
I want to suspect
electricity
that
in those days and electricity supply now is different. Now electricity is now digital.
Yeah.
So some of them cable and the way we did it, they're not compatible to the kind of electricity where you need now. Then we don't change them. That is one thing. Then the other thing, the people and when they parade Sierra Leone saying an electrician, how do we know they are qualified? Do they have
now you don't come to something?
Now, yeah. Because
you don't come to something when a systemic problem that yes. will finish, I go come to that.
Because you find out for say every society then gets organizational how they call them union. Mm-hmm. Where that union they in charge for register people them within that profession they. So, like electrician, they all for be registered, we qualify under that body day, where they regulate electrical workman them. So, if you want to employ somebody, to start with, you say you want to employ Pacoca, where you go there, WD Coca, where you look at it and say, yes, now remember, he's a qualified person. And the other thing back with we country, what they talk about systemic failure. You know, since alone, if you go study medicine, when you qualify, you can begin practice, you know, they go back for top up.
But not a medicine no more.
All
the professions, they not get in-service training.
They do.
That's what makes our system dysfunction. One of the reasons we make our system dysfunctional.
Now, doctor them every 3 months, then they get how they call it study day. That study day, they go to a library. Now they go see all the new changes them, things them way they get for adopt, things then where they come, where they get for change, medicines then where they get for withdraw, medicines then where they not for prescribe anymore, medicines then where the medical association don't talk for say doctor, you get for keep up with those rules.
That now one side. Now one
But
side.
now
You know,
Sierra
so now
Leone
the
now,
next side.
now Sierra Leone now, who they regulate with electricians? How many of the electricians that we get in Sierra Leone will qualify? How many we get when are cowboys, electrical cowboys? Then just the can connect you, host, then go. You see, the man will qualify, he know what he they do, not to guess work. He go tell you plenty, say, them fuse the air where you waiting, they're not compatible to house use. The cowboy go talk for say, he go work. But he dey work. But for how long he go work where both no go
Safely.
Exactly. So these are the things. So I'm glad where we start with this orderliness here what they talk about. So who do they regulate electricians in Sierra Leone?
If I
We
can
have an
come for
organization
answer
for
that. If I can come for answer that.
Yes.
In a society who side and respect order, the first thing where they see, every educational or trade qualification has to be verified and certified.
Mm-hmm.
I don't care whether you get PhD or DSc, you have to be verified and certified.
Mm-hmm.
How then they verify and certify you? You come, you say you get PhD, then they ask you for your testimonials, they ask for your university entrance number. When you get into them, they with your name where you use in a university because some names can change. Then they contact the institution, not only university. You go a technical school, then they contact them. When they reply, say, yes, we know this person, then as a matter of fact, then they ask you for the picture of yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Now, and then they use with the information, their bio data, then verify say na you. When they verify say na you, then they issue you with a provisional certificate. When they issue that provisional certificate, the next thing is, if na discipline where you get for go through internship, like lawyers, then they do pupillage.
Mm-hmm.
Doctors, they do housemanship.
Mm-hmm.
Teachers, they do probation. That period of probation, then they monitor your behavior, your performance, etc. After that, now the tenant they give you a full-scale certificate. Then you get for go to the next stage. The next stage is you for join a professional body.
If
If
you're
you're
not
not
joined, you don't
teacher,
practice the
if you're not teacher, you for join the professional teaching body, like get teaching service
PUC.
commission.
Mm-hmm.
The teaching service commission, after you have been verified, you for be a member of that teaching service commission. Then teaching service commission, they issue you with a license. If you're not fitter,
What they call PIN.
yeah, if you're not fitter, you professional body for issue with a license. That is when you are qualified to undertake contracts.
Yes.
Before then, you can work under somebody.
Under somebody
will get a license.
Until you get a work hour. Because them professional examination and they then get a work hour ethics where you get for fulfill. If now 1,000 hours of apprenticeship hours, you get for cover than they complete before then go say this person don't qualify. And there is another caveat we added to this, where we know they do. And an officer will they do them. Like Sierra Leone, we do so, we electrical system to that of England is similar. But the electrical system to America is different.
Yeah,
So
America two plug system.
You get for do a conversion exams for meet the system na Sierra Leone. Because if you go train but electrical something America, you cannot England, they not allow you to practice. You get for meet their own standards. Because the
Mister,
standard is different.
Mister,
Yes, sir.
Mister, when you come to Norway, I like you get the best education, and I've worked with for the longest time. You have to go through what they call real competence. You know what that mean? Then they put you on the test for proof, say yes, you know what you know. After you don't get verified, though, then
Of
get an
course.
institution now what they call National Organ for Quality Education, with Laffen and last year.
Yeah, man, I know what you talk about. I know what you talk about.
After they don't verify you, you get for go through the examination for proof say yes, you really what you salt. You see them? Then call a NOKUT, National Organ for Quality Education. Your education, then say UT Danning. Now I make them put the UT.
Mm-hmm.
This was the institution that verified me when I came to this country. And all people who they graduates in Norway, this institution therefore verify them.
You see, now the thing and this.
All.
When
I don't care whether you're a doctor, you're a physicist, you're not this, then get for verify you.
when I Sierra Leone now, man they go study in Germany, ika practice.
Let's by
Man they go
Germany.
study in
Where
France,
the banana
ika
tick?
practice. Man they
Where the
go study
banana
in
tick?
Russia, ika practice. How are they waiting the competence?
Mister,
When they
where the
they're all
banana tick
different,
degree there?
you know.
Eh? How
You know,
na call
these are very serious things. You know, Pajalo, not to laugh it matter. How you go just imagine somebody go train for be a doctor in 1950? It's still a practice in Sierra Leone. You know they top up. You know they top
Well, you
up.
know, now you don't count the point. You know why then they form them professional organizations?
Uh-huh.
Part of the duty of each professional organization now for undertake courses them, publish magazines and newsletters, where then go they send to the members for a small fee on recent innovations in the area where the person they. If you're not a teacher, every day teaching methods, approach to curriculum development, they change. If you're not engineer, every day engineering methods, engineering principles, then they improve or then change. You need for be updated. Then professional bodies then they organize in-service courses them where every member they attend.
Exactly.
And net of free or then they pay.
You they pay.
Here, the state undertakes most of the payment. But you have to be there. If you not go there, they pay back the money. If they say, man, go na that course day, you not go there.
Well,
To got that
they,
money,
they
you then pay
also
for you,
help
they
to
pay them back.
organize because now their organizations they organize strike when they feel to see them book man and not they treat them well. Now they can take up their cases then get a union, they get they get them benefits for that money the way they pay to them. You know, now then go talk for say, well, the how you call themselves, the tools them where the people them they get where they go work, they're not adequate. Therefore change them. Now they go challenge the government, tell the government, say, you got to do something about it. If not, we go tell people that they not work, then go strike. And then go there before for negotiate with the government on the workman and behalf. And some of them
Now,
workman and they self the organization, they train them for be union reps.
now
For
you
them
don't
self
come
people
with
them
a
with that
very
area they,
important point. You don't come with a very important point, and I want to ask the question.
uh-huh.
Why don't we have it in Sierra Leone? Because this is not the key around what you they discuss today.
Yeah.
Where I say Alaki is now a culture in Sierra Leone. Why don't we have this kind of order in Sierra Leone? Let us answer that question.
It's like the people that were there before, it is in their advantage for make order and all this, so they go get away with murder. But the question is, where we don't make clear now, yeah, leadership is not about one person, it's about everybody. We are all of us. have a responsibility for let the system work. All of us get for be very committed for make sure that the system work for everybody. So if the people and where they not do them, we where they use them go ask for it and demand.
Well, what if you don't know? What if you don't know?
Well, the thing is, quite a lot of people, and even if they know, now a brother they and a brother they give, so well in the benefit. So in what they said.
All right, I'll take a very broad case.
Yeah.
Now we say you get 10,000 people in an organization. Out of these 10,000, maybe now 100 people, they enjoy that situation where they describe so. The rest of the people, them, not they enjoy them, things not they work well. But they are not saying anything. Why do you think that is happening in Sierra Leone?
So man they say that because of fear. So man they say that because the person comes from the same clan with them. Because they're afraid say if they say something, other people that the clan go talk for say, hey, now your brother, they will say this against them. You know, because you know very well, say
Go ahead,
anything
go ahead.
with
Go ahead.
we get for dealing with a social order, you know, not to one heart fits all. It can get for be different hearts, you know. So different people can get different reasoning behind. Because to start with, we not get that collective mindset. Say this is for everybody. If it succeed, we all the better. If it broke, we all the broke. So there is no reason why for allow this. Like for instance, now this country, one thing where the British man they die for, that the National Health Service. Everybody, even foreigner they wake up, they quickly fall in love with it. Because now one of the best in the world. Where
we are better than you.
nobody not they pay, nobody not they pay at the point of
Norway is better than you. Don't boast
I
too
never
much.
agree. It is our pride. We love what we have here. You know, because now yeah, where you go see doctor, you not get for pay nothing. Where you go take your medicine, you not get for pay nothing. If you're not person where they work, whether you work big money or small money, you get a fee, small fee where they put for pay for the medicine. Or if you know they work, you know they pay nothing. We get a
Are you insured to travel in Europe?
But the system where they work for everybody, you find out for say everybody interested in the system for like work. Nobody know how fail. So you
I am
find out
asking you, are
everybody,
you insured to travel in Europe?
Pardon? Yes.
What do you mean? You can go to any hospital in Europe and get treated?
Well, not now that we are not in Europe. When we used to be in Europe, that was the case.
Well, that's where I pass you, Paddy.
You know, that was
you
the
see
case
this?
before.
You see this?
Uh-huh.
This is my European health insurance card.
Well, I did keep a lot of finish to the talk.
No, what's here they tell you?
At least
I want to know people
now,
see. No, listen, they come. I want to get the point.
You want injection, you get for
can you just listen to it? I am making a very serious point.
Uh-huh.
You don't start the point.
Uh-huh.
And they tell you, say,
yeah,
we get a better system because there are facilities you enjoy outside the country, but in agreement with other countries. This not extend to Sierra Leone. There is no agreement.
So I do not get for the people then for start with.
What they say is, if a country can run a health system, outside the person they go, they get free medical treatment.
Mm-hmm.
When you travel, you get assurance, say, if anything happen to me outside my country or then at this country, the state will take care of the bills. What else do you want? And why do you think they have created this system in this part of the world? Do you know why?
Go, I'm listening.
People or countries, the way they run this kind of health system, then get the belief say the human resource is only useful when it is healthy.
Yeah. Well-being.
Because the wealth of the nation cannot be built with a sick population.
No, you cannot.
You understand? Why mean they draw all this? Not to say I just want to show you, but now I want to show you say, in as much as it may seem expensive for the state, but the state they benefit when they invest in the human resource. When you keep a healthy population, you keep a peaceful population. When you keep a well-informed population, the states in wealth they grow. When you do the reverse, that is what we see in Sierra Leone. Rather than we keep people healthy, the hospitals they not get no equipment, no nothing. The people and they spend money, they know they get good health care. The youth they move for develop the country, will they take drugs, go give them. We get a very unhealthy population. And how do we expect that country to develop?
Well, now we
Now,
all
part of the Alaki we are talk about.
now then society there, the country very particular about the population and well-being,
Yes.
both
Yes.
physically and mentally.
Yes.
Because the productivity of the country is based on how them people then do their well-being.
Not to almost money then a country they make them.
Exactly.
Now, how that given our country they develop? Because people then get the wrong idea about development. We then go take 200 million, then can use 120 million for make road. They allow don't bring development.
But road not to development, road supposed for daily.
Development only takes place when if you have 80, between 60 and 80% of the people willingly and healthily participating
In the
in
process.
the day-to-day activity of the country by producing goods and services. Because these are the consumables that you sell and exchange to create wealth. When you cannot produce, you cannot create wealth. You cannot. Wealth not a magic. Now the product of human innovation and human consumption.
Mhm.
We make tea where they sell. This na kanya. You make them, you able to sell them all over the world. This they create wealth. Who's tended on they make things them like a this for sale all over the world. We know they make them because we don't misdirect with population.
You,
We don't make people and believe say, pass you go get degree, you get necktie, you join political party or you join fraternity, now you go better. That's how they make this kind. I get chances for be a billionaire in 10 years, more than the how they work for government.
well, then they all they happen. Why? Because they get something with the people and believe in.
And you know,
And
side
you
they
get for
come out?
believe in something for let you be now.
Yes, you know, side they begin?
Uh-huh.
They begin by the type of education we now they give na the country.
Precisely.
In Sierra Leone, we have continued with that ragtag we call education that was left by the British.
Have you
And
noticed?
that education what did they do? They make we more stupid than we become wise. Because if they tell we say the man up there has to be in control, you have to follow him. Well, if we want followers, then we are not ready for development. Now we don't depend. Say, look who's how don't deteriorate. Now the political parties then get over 60 potential flag bearers. All man getting followers. All man getting bloggers.
You
This is the product of the crap we
if
call
you get a
education.
society where every opportunity politicians then get for talk about national cohesion. That's they tell you for say people are not following. People don't believe in one another. people are not trusting of one another.
Yeah, because
That
we
don't
don't
tell
have
you
the
for say,
education to provide that, sir.
that don't tell you for
Now
say,
the education get for make Imran no say
you know.
me and boy na brother, even though he call him name Jalo, then me name Ture. Now the education get for make her no say me and Imran na brother, even though he name Ture, me name Jalo.
We have to
When
have
we get that
something.
belief in imbibe the nurse, you
For
know
let
the
that belief
human
take
mind.
place, for let
I
that
want
belief
to
take
listen to
place,
this.
we all too get for
Mhm.
believe in the same things.
Yeah,
We
but
all
I want to
too
listen to this. I
get
want
for
to
want the
listen
same
to
thing.
this. We all together do that, but how does it happen? No magic no dey na this life, Imran. Magic no dey. Everything what they happen in our life, na conscious choices. In Sierra Leone, we have chosen to remain stupid.
No, we don't choose for remain. Now we crevices. This na the chimney crevices. This na the mine crevices. This na the clan
This
crevices.
is the
You know,
education that the
and
bridges
you know,
gave us.
we do not have a commonality. We get what I'm saying here is you and I know say we are all Madingo 5. We all get same background, we all get the same DNA. Me and you two agree on that. We don't say that over and over. But at the population of that belief, they are not.
Because they don't know,
They see
Imran.
themselves as enemies. They
Imran,
see
Imran,
themselves as
Imran,
competitors.
Imran.
Why do you think?
I want you to listen to this. The people don't know what we are saying. Me and you will start for Siam this year, not so.
Yep.
And if we keep saying it and proving it, they will know. Then it will gradually make impact on the minds of the people. What we had since independence was an education, a cultural education, historical education, where they put one people against the other. Go and read the history books of Sierra Leone. Even the other they call heroes of Sierra Leone. Those heroes are not there to tell us about national unity. They are there to tell us about why we should fight and become famous. Then even some of them, the narrative what they get about them is very wrong. The history book of Sierra Leone, they tell we say na Bible start got tax war. Not to him. He never fought a war. You see, education has a lot to do with the way people learn they think, especially that informal education people learn they get from the homes and the community. 90% of what we grew up to know, na crap. We need for know that. We need for face that and look out for the truth. And what it make am worse, the class of Sierra Leoneans will go take independence come. They not sit down for say, we get this problem. Like how me they talk, so they not sit down for do that too. Then sit down for FET, either for be prime minister, either for be minister of finance, either for be president, etc., etc. That's what we know. And that's why we do a lot of nonsense things in Sierra Leone. Whether we like it or not, that's the truth about us. All man, we need a problem, na mindset. Not a mindset now problem. We get wrong understanding of who we are because we have been miseducated and brainwashed to become ordinary followers and zombies. That's our problem. And that problem they now don't lead we to Alaki. A country will get the potential for get billions of dollars per annum. Pass all tell they going bigger, bigger. Now, the host, some host where they born a free also. So done they over the last 40 years, they're not paint them. State House, who still last them painter?
Brother, if them build something 1895, then do an extension 1954. They did another extension 1976.
I think at the
After
last time that's what
1970,
them painter.
if in a country like this, they would have a log, a maintenance logbook, where could show every maintenance where they don't do in that country, the whatever electrical work where they don't do in that place there. And now if you ask them whether they can catch up,
They're not even get the house booking, the house planning book.
well, these are the things because for me, certain things and why they look at and get this mentality why they do comparative analysis as I watch them. I don't see all these press conferences they wouldn't do. The press conferences are not adequate. Because to start with, the press conference, if you get to do with fire, the fire force officer for Dede, not to Minister of Information for Dede. Minister of Information not have been nothing but fire.
But why do you
Not
need
so
a
he
press
not
conference?
for that.
Imran,
That's one. Two.
why do we need a press conference?
Are they come? When anything they happen at any society, they do the press conference anyway. Now it's standard because the population need to know what thing they happen. They need for know that is a population we're interested for the right reasons. So if now fire force experts they did it. Not to Minister of Information they did it. Fire force experts they did it. Then the next person where they did, wherever there is fire, there is a possibility of criminality. There is something called arson. Police they involved. Police they did it. Police officer they did it. Forensically they involved. Then you go also see the leader of that community. Like now Freetown, the leader of Freetown, now the mayor. The mayor. If now England, the mayor go there. If now London it happen, Siddiq go there. Anytime when fire happen, serious fire happen, you get the fire force lead, boss or the fire force spokesperson, you get the police commander, you get the mayor, then you get the journalists, and when they ask the questions, then waiting happen. Then go talk and say, well, this don't happen. Now fire take place, so place. We don't want to rush into any conclusion. Then get some queries, but they're not go able for say anything right now until they get a comprehensive, they get a preliminary report and a comprehensive one we go come so. Now that arrogant Bobo will not get no erase from his elbow. Now they up and down. Now this may happen. And in fact, what in the talk, there is no country in the world where they don't know Usai, the location of the head of state. That is a lie. No sign, no day. He said, when I Google her. He said, no sign, no day. Whether they show the exact location of the president or the head of the country. They go tell you for say, Naya is in this building. Like Naya, down the street. He gets 4 floors, I think. He get 100 rooms. They not tell you Usai, the prime minister there, whose exact room he there. White House. Then get a building where 2 floors there underground, then the other 4 there above, now 6 floors. They say the president in the West Wing. West Wing, now the whole area. Then give you area. They not show you pinpoint Usai ide. The point what they try for make is, we they try like how you can talk and I don't know exactly. We they try for copy things that we will not understand. We will not get a clue. If we copy something, at least don't copy them properly. Now that's be just one for say.
You see, when they talk this night, they talk about press conference. I asked you, do we need a press conference? Because the fire incident at State House is not an isolated case. There had been several fires in the whole of Freetown and the whole of Sierra Leone. So why should State House's fire be a special case? Rather than we waste time, they make press conference. All those experts, as you name them, fire force, police, this and that, they should go quietly, not only look at State House, but look at why are we having frequent fires in Sierra Leone now? Then do a wider investigation. What they had to say is Sierra Leoneans should shut up and start working. We talk too much. That talk not a change nothing. As a matter of fact, all the one they go talk to, they don't know dime about what thing and they talk about.
Now the wrong
Now
people they say to
political
start
breeze
press.
blowing then they do. They made it into a political issue, then they breeze blow around them.
Yeah,
But the real problem is left unattended to.
totally. And in fact, what you just say so, you just don't highlight a very significant point where a lot of Sierra Leone are not going to talk about, where they're not able for visualize, because as you rightly say, everything is politics. What you would think about now waiting the work. I cannot believe from where fire the kitchen are free to fire force not one day hot any house. All the hosts and the burnt to arches. The only house that they have successfully extinguished fire pan at State House. So the fire
Because
force only there is only there to serve State House in order for serve the country. So this that for me that is a bigger area where we for pay attention to, because you not get fire force for serve one great man na State House. Fire force is there for make sure so they keep with society as safe as it can from fire. But the only house where they don't successfully out na State House. Guess what? When they make the fire, they collaborate with Guma. Guma be the send water for the fire force. Fire force they take the water and they hot.
so Guma gets water.
Then get water for head.
Well, why the ocean Africa no get water supply?
They not get water. In fact, fire force can go there and go there and say water no dey. Fire force can go there and talk for say petrol no dey. They get boku tell they say petrol no dey. Fire force they go for go host petrol they dump on the road. But when it comes to State House, they were able to consolidate. They were able to bring all the strength of the fire force in State House, backed up collaboratively with Guma Valley. They say they brought tons and tons of bowsers of water. So they
Who brought it? Guma?
If they began to do an inquiry, the most important inquiry, why they able to hot fire now State House, they're not able to hot fire now Waterloo, where the warehouse where they sell keke ball. Why they able to hot fire now State House, they're not able to hot fire now 34 hospital where catch fire. And all the subsequent residences they were done born. They're not able to hot them on.
Well, now you just said what I said in summary. Now you expand
They're
on
not
it.
hot them on. For me, that is more important. But for
I can tell you in the background, say, we don't talk that several times. I don't tell you, say, the reason why Sierra Leone they go before is that we not solve the root cause of the problem. When they talk about the problem, we make her into politics. The thing we'll get for accept since 1961, all the people them who don't put before for lead we country, they have all done the same thing in different grades. And what is that same thing? They have not worked to develop Sierra Leone. They have only worked for themselves, their families, their friends, their political parties.
Mm-hmm.
And above all, they don't misuse and abuse the concept of order, ORDER. Rather than they use order for make we society come together and go before, they misuse order for make we society become society full of hate.
Yeah, exactly.
Impunity. That's what order means in Sierra Leone.
Mm-hmm.
Wherever there is use of impunity, hate, they. If I wrong my child, if I am conscious that I have wronged my child, I will go quietly and talk to him or her and say, look, I'm sorry. That was a mistake. Let us be through with this, okay? But in Sierra Leone, now the reverse what they do. I go deal with you, nothing, no they come up behind that. When then this party they in opposition, what do they think? Ah, let them wait no more. Go get power or they go treat them. That was what SLPP used to say. We see the results now.
You know,
You see, we are mentally dysfunctional in Sierra Leone. We have to
totally,
accept that.
totally, totally. And
We
when
get a
people them,
trauma
when
when
they
we need
talk
for
of,
sit down and think of how for heal them.
I agree with you totally on that particular score. Then also you get order in any society. People get for be informed. They have to be
That's
told
the beginning.
the
That's the
truth.
beginning to create order, information, not
Exactly.
all disinformation.
Because
When are they going to make
this
press
press conference
conference
where
for
we dey talk that
life
thing
and
yeah,
people there?
it is not alien to us. Anybody will grow up upline, will grow up in a small town. Whenever something substantial happen at the town,
Then they call meeting.
if not Timney line, you read the tabule, bam,
Yes,
bam,
yes.
bam,
If na Mende line
bam.
and they blow horn.
And if Namende line at the horn and they blow, that they call
Yes,
for public assembly. That is our
yes,
press conference.
yes.
In that press conference day, the paramount chief or the section chief will come, he talk, and when he talk, it hand over to the appropriate person where they deal with the particular occasion where arise.
And
Like
they
for
go
instance,
lie on the people then because say if we do that, they're against the welfare of the people.
exactly. Like for instance, if they see strange people them now the village and can report to the chief. Before the
Then they
chief they
call
call
meeting.
them. Now we your area under per come rabbi when are the coordinator, he could don't send information to all sub chiefs them for let them report to the parliament. That if now a town, the parliament now the town chief.
Mm-hmm.
All man can report to them. That time they per Sansiki don't come, per Adikali don't come, per Santiki don't come, per Palmami, of course, he did in IOs. They all don't get that. When they can get that, the person where he portfolio now in there for law and order and for security. When the paramount chief of the town head man talk that if now we on side, but if now like McKinney's side, when they get Corporal Fenty, they get Corporal Soya, they get how you call the other one itself, Corporal Soya. In that case, they if now people then see the loiter around, Corporal Soya now in charge of security, now the defense minister. When the chief don't talk down, he say we call Unanaya because of an incident. Then see some strange people and they lot around we place. I don't summon all the elders, them, all the tribal authorities, them, because we don't get a discussion. We want to know. Now I go call upon Corporal Soya when I'm in charge of security for let address Una. The Corporal Soya and I canal. We don't see them man in Naya, and we always get a plan where we know the plan na 4-4-4 formation. So everybody will not say in a 4-4-4 formation, remember, una left behind. For let I get proper meeting with una, for let I delegate waiting we need for do from now onwards. And we will call the population for let we tell una all back by Saturday what you don't plan. Una disperse, all man scatter. But na Sierra Leone, we go get Bobo, where you they smell cow and get an far spanner. They say a minister of information. No disrespect. I'm just being real here. There are certain positions and the way you expect maturity. You expect maturity. And also maturity, you Pick your words them. The way that about they talk to people them. Anyhow, he gonna AYV. The way where he talked to the Reverend and how he talked to Alfonso, it was rude. It was very demeaning, very patronizing. That's not how you speak as Minister of Information, you know? Because when you mature, you know when to speak and when to keep quiet. If you know when to talk, when to be silent, and when for shut up, when you get maturity. You see, we just get a society, just like how you identify them. Everything is haphazard. Everything is upside down. Nothing, not they work in order. Everything turn over. You know? Now, Sierra Leone are the only place where accidents they take place. They know they call the area. All man they run car, they can't take picture. All man they can't see
which is itself criminal. That itself is criminal.
Exactly.
Because it go against the law of privacy.
Where accidents take place, where are the police? Where are they? They are never any side where accidents they. Now people like they see they when are opportunists, busy, because in fact, how I call them, then people and they now people like when they go poach the people and properties. That area they should be cordoned. Those people then, they are still Sierra Leoneans, dead or alive, they are Sierra Leoneans. Those properties that they were carried should be protected. And their body, their dignity, when they're not seen the way they don't nyama them. Therefore, cover them straight away.
Good evening, how are you, sir?
Why did they do the thing the way they do? I just don't understand. Nothing, not they work in order. Sometimes walking they tell them
we listen to.
Why would they always they get it wrong? But it has been clearly stipulated by yourself here. Psychological damage, people need to heal. How we go do them, I don't know. But I think we have to do something very quickly. Because we can't keep making the same mistakes year in, year out. And that is exactly what is happening. So, you know, the Baba can't team up there. You know, they talk to other people, you know, in a patronizing and condescending way. Very annoying. They talk like for say he gets all the answers. He is not a fire expert. He not sabi how for hot fire, how not for hot fire, waiting a hydrant, waiting not to hydrant. That is not your role. Then they say things that were not correct with impunity and arrogance. It is no public secret. Everybody know Usai, any head of states, let them Google them. When you want to give information, at Google, now you best information. Quite a lot of information at Google not correct.
Almost information of Sierra Leone there on Google.
No, he say make everybody go check. No country, no, they were the head of states, they don't know the location. Inside they be, yes, they get a generic knowledge of where they are, but they don't know the room inside they be. That is classified.
But that's a lie. That's a lie. I know where the office of the Prime Minister of Norway is because I've gone there several times. And the public knows where it is.
Everybody know the generic location, Usai Ide.
They know the office, they know Mr. Here our Prime Minister walks into a supermarket just like that without security alone.
Same with Prime Minister, they work, and not all side they go with siren. Not all, in fact, they ride bicycle, they pass, they take underground, we MP them.
As a matter of fact, the Prime Minister most times drives himself in this country.
But the issue where anybody talk about, where is the president when I was born?
He don't come, he been there, Allen. He been go Allen, who side and they call
but in Ayuba, any Sawe for today, they. And they say something happened in other country, no more. They say 40 days, and they kill cow, they don't fly good. They say, but no get calendar, but no 40 days.
You see, what they say is the office of the president or no office of the president, the classification of information or no the classification of information We are getting things wrong in Sierra Leone because we still stuck in the 19th century education and understanding of things. This is a willful act by the intellectual class to keep the people down. They keep making the people believe in mystics and magics and juju and these things. The mystic and magic of life is inside each of we. Some of we until we able left full body will go come back. But we'll not get for talk no more na public. Because do not go say na witch, not a witch is a natural quality of the human being. When you dream at night, what thing you dey do, you dey go in transcendence. Your soul has left your body. That's what dream is about. Okay? Your soul leaves your body to communicate with the higher self. Now in a dream. So let them therefore mystify things na Sierra Leone for hide the truth. The truth is those in governance are reckless.
Totally.
They are reckless. If there was fire extinguishers in State House,
I
fire
think they
force
have
not be
one.
forget business for good. I
I
know they
think
pray
they
for
have.
that too. I know they pray for that. But if any fire begin at this house, are they able to stop them before it go anyway? Except if we're not in house. But if we're in house, I able to stop them. I have 4 fire extinguishers. I get fire extinguishing cans them for my kitchen where they spray. And as a matter of fact, now outside then they use gas, that they then danger, they win and electrical cookers them. So
Brother,
it's
Naya,
not easy.
even you motoka where you drive, it's a
You
must you
get
should have
fire
it in your
extinguisher
car.
inside.
But then are
Yes.
you car? You don't talk go
And
far.
the other thing where they for dinner you can have that triangle,
Yes.
that reflector.
Yes.
Then you forget spare tire.
Then you get first aid kit.
Yes.
Look now what
Do
you
they
support. The
do they
attitude.
have those things at State House? If you ask me, I will tell you say
You know
no.
that day. How
You
much
know to make
Iranians are be for
you
state?
know to make us say no. You know to make us say no.
You might know that day.
I they come, I want to listen. I know they assume what Sierra Leone. I worked in that country 20 years. My last job was at State House. I know State House through and through. That's how we did the fire extinguisher, no did they?
You know they.
I raised that issue, they to them. Okay? That was in the late 90s, middle to late 90s. Fire extinguishers not been the day. The second thing about that building, where you go, you see say na old wiring the day. Nothing has been done to improve that place. That is recklessness.
It is to the highest level.
That is recklessness. The first duty of every human being, take care of yourself, take care of your environment.
Very important.
Because your sustenance depends on your environment. You understand me?
Mm-hmm.
If fire extinguisher been there at that place, State House now one building will not ever empty. Do you know that?
I know.
There are always people at State House. Not all the head of state normal did they. You get people them where then they then job now for secure the place. Then they
Yeah,
change
24 hours.
guards.
24 hours.
If extinguishers been there at that place, the guards on duty would have used it before that fire go far.
The other thing back where you not talk about where supposed to do they have smoke alarm? Because the smoke alarm they make you identify the situation way in advance before it causes any
Imran,
trouble.
Imran,
Yes, sir.
if fire extinguisher or cheap no the smoke alarm go there.
Also the order. But again, something don't come up winner, but the attitude. The attitude. You know, where people in psychology
This is
get
Adekan, this is
problem.
not about Julius Madabio, it's about all of us with
All of us, all of
attitudes.
us.
We
They
get
must
the wrong attitudes towards we set minus State House. Now we look around Freetown. Tell me, the Austin of Freetown, where they don't build from the 1950s, 1960s
They
up
find
to
us.
1970s.
They find
Then
us there
us
all
then
the
they
way within.
depend they always left banana, then they take it.
He find us there all the way within Akisi Road. Remember Akisi Road?
When
Then
are
one
the
of the
cheapest thing, oh?
nicest streets than Afrito in those days. Who
Yes.
they come up like the
You get
Korean.
how
Yeah, they us
suicide
they come up.
Korean embassy been there near Patton Street.
All the us they are virtually
Dilapidated. Because we don't have the ability in our heads to take care of ourselves and our environment.
you know, what they talk about, what you they talk about Naya. We don't dey talk about this psychological trauma, this psychological
Your brother, they now they listen you.
damage. What would people that don't go through? You see, first and foremost, where people are normal, where everything they work right, where people they get something for believe in, something for be proud of. It all helps. Look like one we brought on Naya because this even time we get Al Kuya. Look what they say. He say NHS is the envy of Europe, second to none. Because it's so good. We so rely on them, Naya. It's so they take care of we Naya that the average British man not a falter. Even if governments can have power, if you want to make them pull you in a power like that, now this country, play with NHS. So I just did subscribe to waiting Alkoya talk Naya. You know, yes, you might say, you Norwegian, healthcare, good. But we, NHS, now the envy of Europe. In fact, now the biggest employer in Europe, the biggest employer in the whole of Europe, NHS. And it work
Because
for the people.
I get more unhealthy people in England.
And it work for the people.
Now we talk what you can
You
for.
see.
We go talk
So
for NHS.
waiting, no, man, this is a serious thing. Waiting we get
Imran,
as a people. Remember that done a big. Waiting we get Sierra Leone as a people, collectively, where we go say we proud of Pajalo.
You cannot have anything to be proud of because the one day they boast about the system now then go left this crap giveaway. The British, they willful and they come. Listen to me, please. Please listen to me. I have lived in two systems. You don't know the Scandinavian system. I know it. I've lived here for 20 years. I've been elected here. I know how the system runs. If we have this kind of system in Sierra Leone, it will work. The British then willfully go create divide and rule, then create a class of idiots who we'll call intellectuals, then left them there. And then they misuse the country so. Because they know say it go profit them, let's alone Alaki. With diamonds and everything, all Lebanese they smuggle through Guinea, they end to British pockets.
But they have been gone for 64 years.
Yes, they have been gone for 64 years.
What have we done to make that difference?
If you can give me chance, I go. If you can give me chance, I go answer them. I'm not here to talk. I'm here to educate. We cannot change it because before now, people have not stood up to say this is wrong. Even now, when some of us are standing up, people see us as out of the way, radical, and troublemakers.
Yeah.
Then I get some discussion on Facebook yesterday and today with somebody. It's like in a try for impose, what they say now incorrect. I say, you know you don't know me. Maybe I know better than you because I've seen all the systems. You have seen only one. One of the biggest challenges we have in Sierra Leone is that 90% of the Sierra Leoneans have been brainwashed by the Anglo-Saxon rubbish. If they not go America, then they England. Now that too nasabi. Come to Scandinavia. Then you see what egalitarianism means.
I have been there. I've gone to
On visit,
Sweden.
on
I don't
visit,
stay there for
on
long.
visit.
I don't do Finland. I know Finland very well. I don't go Denmark. Don't spend a lot of time
What
there.
they say, even
Mm.
with this healthcare system owner they talk about,
I don't go Switzerland.
the British healthcare system,
Mhm.
outside the Norwegian system, pass them. If anything they, when a disease or a condition, what the person get for the on extended medication, okay?
Mhm.
Then the need for take the person outside the country for go do some voting panam,
Mhm.
the government pays for that. The government pays for that.
Which is undermining the system.
Now, in order to undermine the
It
system,
does.
I want to let you understand one thing. Norway has 8 million people. Then get 19 universities, but not two they do medical science. And not to all medical science then they do now. If you get like heart surgery, where maybe they're not too specializing condition, the government pays for you to go to a place where it can be done.
Yes. What I'm saying here, where you know
Mhm,
hearing me, because sometimes
mhm,
you not keep attention.
mhm.
We not a politician no more than they care go. Yana they care everybody. It's for everybody.
I
That
am
is
talking I am talking about comparing Norway and the British system. For where I
Yana
say
everybody they go.
this is for everybody.
Yeah.
And as a matter of fact, even for the one that they train for medical science, then get now the university hospitals them provision for make somebody go do a course somewhere because they're not the do at the
You know they do
university.
everything. Yeah.
The state pays for that. I know of a Sierra Leonean lady with Kanaya. She wanted to qualify as a nurse. The state paid for her. She went to Australia. She qualified as a nurse. She came back and worked. Recently, she has moved to the United States. Now, I say this is not what they do.
So.
If they come outside, you get security. They go outside in security.
No,
There.
you left certainty for uncertainty. That's what people can say. But there is something where you say, Naya, where I don't agree, and I don't say
Mhm,
this many, many times. You see,
mhm,
with system that's alone, you got to look at critically. You
mhm,
remember the with man and come, yes, then cause
mhm,
their own problem. But when they
mhm.
go, now be a clear transfer of power from white colonialists to black colonialists. So in reality, the British never left. They are still there.
Well, now you have just verified what I'm saying.
You know, because we never
And
have
the black,
independence.
the
When
black
independence is
colonialists, the black colonialists they will come, they not sit down say, "Let's make this place for we all." Then sit down, they fet themselves. The same British been there Botswana. The same British now the same system they left now Botswana. Say let's see Kama. And the two other paramount chief then say, yeah, for change this thing.
and they change
And
it.
Botswana, then get independence now only 24 graduates then get. Today, now the safest country in Africa in terms of welfare and other things. So, and you know the worst thing that happened to we now? Hmm?
Mm-hmm.
The influence of America, the bad politics in America, it creates room for people and for justifying nonsense na salon. I want you to note that. Well, after us, the first democracy. America is not the first
No.
democracy.
Now Greece. Now
America
Greece.
has been a copycat of
Now
everything.
be the Greeks. Now the Greeks and they bring democracy to the world. Not from Greece.
Even Norway is more democratic than America.
And even that thing where they talk about for send people and go, we do it here too. If you get any illness where the NHS not able to provide the expertise, like there's a kind of treatment for cancer where they not develop it, then they send people na this country, yeah, um, um, then they send people and go outside the country. If you get them,
Then get a particular thing where Poland and Romania specialize in.
then
Where
get
if you get them sick, then they send you.
they get one particular treatment where then they do where we not pan cancer where we know they do now. Yeah. Now this place here, Czech Republic.
Yes.
Now Czech Republic, they are very good at that.
Even some of the doctors in Norway,
Mhm.
they are sent to Czech Republic to do some level of training.
Yeah, Czech
And
Republic,
before I forget, before I
they
forget,
get serious expertise in
before I
that.
forget,
Yeah.
there was a project in Sierra Leone where the intention was for open clinics all over the country in all the districts, so that then go they send people them for go do tropical medicine practice in Sierra Leone. That project has been destroyed because of our attitude.
Of course. Of course.
That project has been destroyed
Of
because of
course.
our attitude.
Of course.
That project started since 2008. The clinic then a normal farmer. Anybody else have been normal farmer, go there, go meet the clinic there. The first test clinic that never took off.
We get
The
serious
intention was to
inadequacy.
open clinics in almost every chiefdom, equip them so that people then go there for go do tropical medicine training, like an exchange program.
And what we get problem.
We are self-sabotaging. That's
Totally,
our
I agree
problem.
with you.
I make a lucky
When
no
you
they
don't got
don't bear
11
we.
o'clock and my brother don't come, me, they can knock off.
All
But when
right,
you don't come,
goodbye.
make,
Pafode. Now green let go.
make, Pature can take over.
Now green let go. No man.
So, my brother, the Britishers, they've never left. They are still there. They're already in black skin. Because now we independence when they say they give, we not to be independence, that be transfer of power from white colonialists to black colonialists. We education,
I don't know if they
we
yari for
educated
the
class.
Imran, they yari for the
No, not the area.
What's
We
happened
educated
to you?
class, we intellectual class,
You
neither
the
than the
area now?
colonialists. And the thing way bad about their own colonialism, then they try for copy something they don't even understand. You want to be Catholic,
Huh?
well, you know to the Pope. I'm not the area, I'm still not the area. In the area me now,
Yeah, they yari you.
because people like can complain, say we can get guests, when the guests they talk, they're not the area as well.
I wonder why.
I still not the area.
Well, what happened? Go ahead, Pafode.
Not the area.
No man there.
Why you know they come up? I know every Nazi way they say.
Go ahead, Pafode. Oh, well.
celebrating them, they don't get money for the thing they don't do as doctors. They don't get that money when they expect for get. So but the way you do them come out Asia, then have money for them. Now this is not
You were the right. Ask the audience if they're in the area because we know the area. Because the audience can complain they're not the area.
Yeah, go ahead, Pafodi.
yes. Anyway, I don't know if because in this other people don't hear me. I don't know if they hear me or not.
But I mean, I just say them for a you
But we know the
because
area.
Particularly what they hear Imran. Anything one hear Imran, I don't why they listen back to me.
because when they talk, so the microphone they react.
Yes. So okay, now just continue. Go Imran okay for and I want to talk about the NHS, but we know the hear me lad left. You talk about when I talk about the
Aha, you don't come on. You don't come on now.
good. I want to make you what they say.
Yeah.
First, we want to talk about the NHS small. Just 1 minute. The problem with the NHS Imran now because the NHS they channel money through to the doctors them and hospitals. Then they make say the people are
They
not
say they're not the area for day. For they not audible.
Go ahead, no
Yeah, go
more.
ahead, Adi.
okay. So Imran, you hear me?
I hear you now. We hear you now, clear.
So what did that happen at the UK? The money mostly, like for instance, if you go register now to a doctor, you go there, you not go there. That doctor they request money for you. So therefore, the doctor not get for deliver quality to you, but because you be the client, you get money. So now I make them not care. You go to dentist now, now the same. Yeah, dentist, they call dentist, they tell you say a fool.
Mm-hmm.
Because pay enough people away to get money for per year. So if they want for let this system improve, then they make sure say they remove that free system completely. Then you they look for your doctor where you guarantee unless you're not in the area. But yeah, now then they do something now by your area outside you did not for friend doctor. You come on at the other area, that doctor depend on who they go say no, that person for good too. Now the problem of the NHS. But we the one that they are not go see that problem there because then you then become used to this system. But the one that they come outside, the woman go the second pick we born na Italy. We go. But we go Italy, we not see difference much with the Belgian system. We not see much difference. But when you come to UK, you see the difference is quite clear. Anyway, now left that in its business. You talk about the
Say we own system different.
no.
Everybody gets a doctor where you attach to.
Yes,
You
we
make
know the same thing at
We are the
Belgium.
same thing now. The same
you
thing
make
now.
appointment online with the person. They give you time for go. If you not go, that fee you dey pay 'em. When you dey go to
Yeah.
doctor, you get a small amount where they pay as consultation fee. The rest is subsidized by the state. If you sick, you get, let us say, like you get like hypertension, we require long-term treatment. Where they go now the pharmacy, they get the drugs at half price, and after a particular amount where you don't spend for the year, you know they pay for any medicine until December end. Next year back, you begin pay the same amount. Then get what in then call free card. After you don't pay a particular amount, that's about $150 equivalent. That's
Now
what the
we just
system they run now.
now we just left down the force. Now I come to this vice president who they talk about the information minister.
Mhm.
Because na salon we always dey talk am say na one man na him dey rule the country. Na him na the president, na him na the vice president, na him na the engineer, na him na the everything, na him na the so na him na the problem.
Well, we not
This
get system.
this this information minister, anytime somebody tell am the truth, he dey lost am.
Very arrogant.
Now so he lost am to that reverend, even not calling him again. Later now remember him. He lost am completely. For let just the man tell and say Mister, you know, forget details of which are the president day. Because why they agree with him? Mr. Jallo, what did they talk na UK different from Salo? Salo, we then go catch Paulo. We then go na court. They say let them show the CCTV. They say they know they show am because of security reason. That's what they say.
They say classified. Where it
Yes.
suits them.
But now where you don't come blunder, for can't talk say the president is on a second floor. Now he lost him. Now the second thing is where they lost something way. Now the third thing is why they listen to him.
They were
Wait,
arrogance. Now arrogance. Very
no,
arrogant, Bobo.
control.
He's not arrogant, he's traumatized.
It's just one day in control
He's
of the situation.
traumatized working for a highly traumatized man.
Yeah, he don't use no more say na in the talk. Na in the talk, control information. Not to say na information and give. Then they control information. I need to make that. I make them make that press conference. They want to
I like the
control.
word we use, control information. I like that.
They call that in administration.
Yes, sir.
Then they micromanage people. Them.
Yes, that's exactly what they're trying to do. So then all that press conference we can hold now for control information. They
Now
don't need.
micromanagement is
They
full
don't
of
need to.
lies.
They don't need to have a press conference every Tuesday. What is the significance of the press conference?
Or go
What then
lie
they pull
more.
commodity?
Lie more
Yeah.
and make the people understand lie more than truth.
If you make press conference, let the experts them now that area they do them. He doesn't have to be there. But as you rightly say, they want for manager.
When I always see that press conference, was there anybody from the environmental management
No.
or
No,
anybody from
Now Alfonso and the Reverend plus himself.
I can tell you now. I need to do a press conference then. In press conference, what did they do, Mr. Jallo? They call, for instance, the fire brigade man.
Mm,
He can't sit down.
mm.
But in any do talk, he give him like 2 minutes for talk. Now 2 minutes or 5 minutes, he give him. All the talking, in the do him.
Now they
He
do it.
micromanage
I
information.
micromanage, they
But
micromanage.
now
So,
AYV fire service person not be there. No fire
as
officer
you,
not be
if you not be careful, they take the mic from you.
there.
If you want to talk about.
Because
So
the
now
man
see,
is traumatized. Go and check his background. He's
Very
traumatized.
arrogant, Bobo. Very arrogant.
He's
too arrogant.
traumatized. You see,
That's why
we they talk
Mr.
a normal
Jallo.
before the sorry why they cut you off. We they talk a normal. But the one
Yes.
day we take what to Sierra Leone, God go and lucky them and generations yet unborn. You know what you do? The greatest damage caused to Sierra Leone are the psychology. Now in that
Yes.
RDF work caused to that the boy always they make so. Senged. That traumatized people them.
That Bobo too sabi. He too sabi. Sabi too much.
Mr. Jallo, if you listen to that, but what Imran he tell you so.
I know
I,
I
I,
don't
I,
listen to him, but
I,
where I
I,
not get them, I get one thing about me, Pafodi. If I listen
yeah.
you want to assist and nonsense you they talk, I know they ever listen.
I mean,
No,
I
me,
don't
I
get patience. I go
like,
get patience. I go still listen. Your boy very condescending, very patronizing. The way he talked to the Reverend and Alfonso, it was rude. It was very unacceptable. That guy rolled and then a seasoned person with a serious maturity, lots of life experience, not to an half-baked
Amen.
junior bobo like that one day with virtually vacuous aid. Then they go put in a place like that. That very forgive information. Now one of the most difficult jobs there.
It is not difficult if you are cool and focused.
Well, you got to get the right temperament to start with.
The
You not get
problem,
the right temperament. You get
problem
jalo body, get bet, you get pepper body.
about information given in Sierra Leone is when you have an idiot ahead of you, you don't know how to do your job properly. That's why you want to look him and see like we go misbehave na AYV. Because they are afraid of that idiot they are serving.
exactly.
I would not take such a job, I swear to God.
Exactly. Me, I deal with you.
It's
I
not
deal
an
with you.
issue of ignorance or arrogance or what. Now, when you get a wrong system With the wrong people, everything goes wrong. That's the Alaki
So
way.
to start with the way it talk like for say it's a bit of plier and screwdriver. Now
Because
yeah, I can hear people and they talk with all seriousness. They go talk say,
Imran,
I they come in and let me put down what I need to
almost
say.
you want land, but on the wrong footing.
No. What I'm saying here is
A cow into a goat.
at the Yeri, people at a press conference where they talk say, I am not privileged with this information. I will come back to you. That one they talk so. Oh, that is not my domain. I am not an electrician, and I no go can tell you now. Waiting. He talk for say now one plug. Now I say they overload them. You dey see for say now opinion that, and it is not about your opinion. It's about fact. Then I need to talk, but other people they say they don't talk about facts. Were you there? He say the vice president has been there. The vice president has nothing to be doing there. He's not a fire officer, not a forensic officer. I don't know if be aware of that discussion there.
Imran.
They say the vice president don't go there. Vice president not a fire person.
Yes,
Imran.
that I want to talk about
Imran.
also.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You don't correct what is wrong by pointing it at the product of the wrong. You correct what is wrong by looking at the reason for the wrong. If we have a head of state who is highly traumatized, we have a bunch of people who are highly traumatized, then they employ a small boy who now gets double waiting, but that's somebody they double. You employ a small boy, say be minister of information, and this small boy is also traumatized and wants to play sycophant. Do you expect him to perform better? The root of
No, he
the
wouldn't. He wouldn't. But what I'm saying is,
just finish, sir, please.
what's if for know you limitation?
Imran, Imran, Imran. Your ability to know your limitation depends on your ability to be aware of who you are. When you don't know who you are, you don't know your limitations. That's where knowledge comes in. Knowledge is better than silver and gold. Sierra Leoneans are lousy. They talk high because they have been denied knowledge over the decades. What we have in Sierra Leone that we call education is a simple brainwashing process. And that cannot help Sierra Leone. We have to begin to face our fears. We may know all the theories, but we don't know simple ethics, simple ethical coexistence, simple moral coexistence. That thing called respect does not exist in the Sierra Leonean domain. That's why even on social media, what you see, we talk at each other, not to each other. And that they make some of we of late we they avoid social media because now they mix pagotorata. We are a sick people. We have to accept that. If we don't, so be it. Continue. Yes, Pafo, the kind size.
Okay. Well, what Imran they talk this no? Where they say fire outbreak. The people who they Canada fire place for can inspect the fire. First of all, the vice president on the good day, the president because
Not
it get
in
a danger,
business.
it get danger, say explosion can still happen.
Yeah.
You know the process will take place, some leakage then will dey happen,
Mm-hmm.
small side. What is the man they can do there? You know, get nothing for can do there.
That
And
they tell
secondly,
you how ignorant he is of his own safety.
secondly, when they say a press conference, you count in the press conference, people away now they for do the talk. Not to you, the minister for the take
You now
the talk.
moderator.
Yes. But you know, they talk, now they explain all thing. Okay, look what they say, Mr. Jallo. Then say the fire, na something malfunction, electrical appliance malfunction. I know that. I know
How
that
you
one.
manage to run this so suddenly?
He said
Huh?
then say,
Yes.
Not
How you
so.
how they know?
And they
Yes,
come.
that's
He
what it
said
is.
then say,
Yes, he said the people in talk
well,
say
that
no.
don't even disqualify him for in job. You know what he do? In job, not a job for them say hearsay.
Then
You
he
see
attacked Alfonso.
how they look at the issues then. The issue of Sierra Leone is we have a broken mentality. If a old minister of information, they go sit down, say, then say, hey, but paddy, quit your job. You're not qualified for that job.
Because the I the hammer on that because you before even here we accident they happen for fire,
Mm.
then we train them because they can't expert them. We they
Yes.
look at all the
Yes.
appliances inside that house, they will find the one way malfunction. But when you don't can't talk in a malfunction, you don't count the partner with malfunction. You don't find it now.
As a matter
They,
of fact, from that other fire bit to now, the best statement that should have come officially is this thing happened from so tower to so hour. It caused so damage. We don't know the cause of the damage. It's under investigation. We'll come back to you as soon as possible. Finish.
yes,
Exactly.
because they
Exactly.
okay. Mm-hmm.
Right.
Then get this thing as salon. All thing in you put am oh you left your light on, oh you left your freezer on. Mr. Jallo, where you want come on a host now? You switch all the plug them off.
I get appliances every na me garage door.
My brother is
Even
Pafore, you know, ignorance na something, a disease. And what's in bad by ignorance now? Where you ignorant, you know, even know say you ignorant, now it was.
indeed, indeed. Uh, people in the talk say well, all they agree say, oh left you like left. No. Because even this Mr. Jallo, you talk about the cabling. Say Britain na whole country.
Yeah.
Yeah, the old cable in 1970s, 1930s. But because them use cable away good, but saloon, all man want pay cheap. All man at salon want pay cheap.
And
Number one.
you know the other difference between Salone and the UK?
Yes,
In
sir.
Sierra Leone, all man they build in house. In UK, na certified companies they build houses.
That not
Yes.
true. Then yeah, all the people that when they do electrical work, they are all satisfied, they all qualify, and they all
Yes.
belong to an electrical organization where they all registered.
Well, now we are talking. Now we are talking.
Yes. Mr. Jallo, we even that lady come na radio station na Liberty for talk. We dey tell am to say this not get for much for do with light on. This get for do with first of all the quality of the material wey dem dey use for
And
electrify house.
overloading where they cause demand for
And
more.
so also not get junction box. So
Mr.
also
Jallo,
not get junction box. So also not get switch.
What
They
are
not
they?
get switch box. We
why?
get
They can let me
Yes.
because
answer.
if they get fuses, then at the overload box. Some of them fire they know they happen because it will cut off the light.
If you get contact breaker,
Yes.
the minute we overload happen, it they kick off the host.
Now na me host, even if ticket to where they boil overflow,
Overload the
it,
make old oil.
it turn off the whole system off.
They know they put contact breaker on the house in main fuel system.
But salon, if you plug the fuse where they pan the plug where it broke, then they take wire, they connect one pole to another pole, then connect and direct. And
Yes.
the resistance of the wire where they connect them, not to that same resistance they be they pan waiting bond. So instead of it cut electricity off, now explode the plug, they explode. We see all these people that they wrap a wire pan. So step na aluminium foil and they put on the fuse. Then put them inside the thing. So I don't work. You see, I don't work. It don't work, but they work with some risks. If anything happen, electric trip, it not go able for hot.
Yeah.
That just shows something,
And they do
Leonas.
that a lot.
You see, pandem fuses there, then white tear away they see so. Then white tear. If there is overload, it they kick, then this fuse they kick come back.
Yes.
Now the circuit breaker. Where
Yes.
the contact breaker.
And all that thing the way they show so
when that happens,
they all
when
get individual
all
fuses
the current
inside.
go off, and if the current go off, if na spark, as long as something will not dey combust, they near that spark, the fire they stop because it's an ordinary spark. But if the current still dey, not get contact breaker, that spark, it will continue for spark till it begin burn the rubber and the cable.
So
It's
that's
fire.
so that's not an electrical thing, because one thing the way Alana way we they do all the time fire, because I do fire training and now yeah, then it gets people them way that they put as fire warden. Now every place owner they work when I get fire warden. The causes way they go do that, they show you a lot of things that where not be know. You sabi that battery when a 9 volt battery.
Mhm.
You know, so that thing for dispose of herself, you go for dispose of in a very specialized way.
Everything na battery and boss
That
man.
battery there, if it then at any side where it mix, like how we draw, like it mix up, mix up, mix up. You get razor blade in a metal, you get pin in a metal, you get needle in a metal, you get coin in a metal. If you put anything there, it touch the positive and the negative.
It dey activate them.
It deactivate them, it cause fire. So if you get like envelope in that place there and paper them,
Then
the
they
fire don't catch so the hose they burn.
Yeah. Yeah.
So you know they keep battery.
I don't know before they for na get that system na Belgium, but yeah, any workplace where they go for go work, that basic health, hygiene, and safety.
Health and safety.
They do them all sign
Now
Europe.
the
Outside, yeah.
first thing where they take as test. We
Now the
only
same,
there online. If
they
you
do
do
them
am
all sign.
90 questions, 90 questions, you forget all correct. I like you did it 2 hours.
We na
Because
yeah.
make sure say you know about safety in the workplace.
Yes.
We na yeah. Any job where you go for go do, you induction, you they do training per fire, you they do training per first aid, you they do training per
Oh,
health and safety management. You they do
oh,
them.
oh,
Then the other thing when they do, then they show you to the fire warden, and the fire warden they show you the fire exits them, who side for waiting, then go tell you the days them when they do a mock test, fire mock test every month. Who side when they go get that?
Then they do them.
It's a standard.
and if na school whether they do them fire test, then they will all they come out by line.
Yeah, they go control now.
Yes.
Then controller make sure say everybody don't come out.
We need for they do them as Sierra Leone.
You know
Why?
they wait to let the thing happen. You know they wait let fire happen. You they train the people for let them aware. Prevention is better than cure, but Sierra Leone and say cure is better than prevention. They always they wait let something go bad before they do something.
Nothing then they wait for blame God.
That's so good. Well, now Sierra Leone now we tell them they get to show when they go and set fire outside. Every day us they burn. And for me, I am very angry. Why I'm angry? How comes we get a fire force where they function? It only they function for state house, but not they function for the ordinary people in houses. There has not been a single house
You if he died, then they say I know they go
where the
bury.
fire force able for hot fire. Make
Yeah,
anybody prove me wrong. Some
yeah,
places
you,
when the fire force they go patrolling left and road. Some places the fire force they go when they reach they say we don't come but water no day. They're not
Imran,
able for hot one fire past the president's house. So now the president someone a mortal man.
Imran, Imran.
Yeah.
I don't tell you over and over. If you die, then they say I know they go bury.
If I die,
Now you they can't hear for salon.
if I die, if I
If
die,
I'm annoyed.
at
It's
least
not.
I go blow for see the nonsense where they happen in the country.
It's something we have to deal with, and we get for deal with it honestly. If the system is wrong, let us say it is wrong.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Now make they
But
tell before they say if you agree with me, say the fire service, no hot,
no,
no host in the country, no office, no anything and no hot past state house. So the fire service only there for
Imran,
the president.
Imran, you should understand why all of that is happening.
And just one man show in the country.
You have a bundle of ignoranta. They lead the people they hold and keep in the blind. What do you expect?
And I never knew say organizations in Sierra Leone can collaborate. When he came to the State House, Guma Valley collaborated, then sent thousands of water. When the man they talk, I say, now the same country. So we got a two-tier system.
Maybe not a single Bowser went there. It was just a political show and talk. Forget him, not yet.
For instance, back
Not yet, yeah. Yes, I go
for
ahead.
for instance, Mr. Jallo,
Yes,
the
sir.
conversation over the Ghana so we not electrician them, but we talk about fuse them, cabling, the level of education of the technician there. Most alone when they talk about all that one is absent.
It is because now
All that one is absent because they don't want to
nonsense.
solve the problem.
Now nonsense. Then go for go
They don't
talk to the people. Then
they don't
for
want to solve the
justify
problem.
say not to
Yes,
them wrong.
exactly. Yes, exactly. That justification.
They
Then
want
it
push.
just
They want push the blame somewhere else. If not fire force, now God.
But the information minister say, he say Alfonso and the Reverend, then they make assumptions. These are not facts. What is fact? Then find out for say, now be faulty electrical appliance. How did you deduce that? From where? Who told you so? You accuse somebody else for something being an opinion and unfactual, and you are doing exactly the same thing. You're not an electrician.
Leone is a sick middle-aged woman. We need for do something for her.
Now, yeah, even the fire force, they go talk for say we just don't go there, we don't go in the area, we they gather, we specimen them, we don't able for narrow down say the fire starts now area B. But as for what caused the fire, it's too premature for let we say anything now. We go get a preliminary waiting and we'll get a comprehensive report afterward. But for now, we don't control the fire. Everything is under control. There are not going to be any secondary explosions.
This
But we record in the area, we still investigate.
London, what's in I name?
Who that?
That house in a state where been born in London, where people have been died there.
Okay. Oh God, what's that the estate? Oh God, now be not London.
That tower.
Grenfell Tower.
Now Greenfield, yes. Greenfield, yes.
When that thing happened, it took over 2 months before they come with a definitive cause.
Yes.
Yes, exactly.
And then cried in the way they outside where they can't put for.
That thing they happen, been a follow-up.
Yeah.
Can be go there, the mayor,
Exactly.
other people go, this go, that go.
The mayor, the
They
police.
never said anything until they been get people that are experts in fire situation,
Exactly.
real estate, where they don't come and do the investigation. Now they turn and come out.
They
with
come
it.
out. And
We
police say they at all points for make sure say people that secure the property and the site where they don't cordon is secure. And the police says then they do their own forensic test for see if na arson. Because wherever there is fire in the society here, arson is a query.
It must always be. There can be arson committed. There can be other mistakes where equal to near arson.
Exactly.
Okay, Mr. Jallo, when you talk about arson attack, you know, say they not get video CCTV around the state house for see the activity will be happen before.
The brother, you said, Kotofode, you said if you not try, they not get smoke alarm, they not get fire extinguisher. Like
inside the building,
video they go get
the activity.
You know, there is one question that has not been addressed. There's one question that has not been addressed. The office that will catch fire, were there people in the offices at the time of the fire or were they locked?
No. Nobody not be in the building. They be don't anak off.
Na Saturday.
And the two main offices then with the fire do the most damage. When possibly now from one of their offices and then the fire starts. Now kind of young like office and Keketoma. Now they say,
You know why I asked that question?
pardon?
You know why I asked that question?
Uh-huh.
If you are in control of electricity in a country and you don't know the rules and standards of electricity, fire go catch na your office, what does that tell you? The man doesn't know a thing about electricity.
I think I relax. I know
When
say
they get provoking, you're really laughing.
You know, Iman,
They got the California.
always say, left vex station, where you vex, you know, they see the real cause. That man now in charge of electricity. He's supposed to know the rules of electricity, say, one, you know, for overload circuits. Two, if you dey go home for the weekend, anything wey you know say possibly can cause fire, disconnect them or put her off. If you are not disciplined to provide electricity safely for yourself, can you provide it for a nation? Not a laugh business. Now, very serious question. Arisu.
very thoughtful anyway.
This is how
Thoughtful.
you know a government that is serious and a government that is reckless. And I'd always tell us, you know, reckless people and they run
But we
something.
not get government to start with. Let's get government first. Because what you get to, not to government.
If we not begin tell them how they're reckless, they're not going to change you.
No
We go
government to,
to like kingdom come.
Even with this, Mr. Jallo, they go hard for it go hard for them to
Now,
change.
if we begin tell the harsh word in a public, I swear to God, them go change. You know what you do?
at the left now.
You know what you do? These
No,
guys
sir.
are full of ego. Begin cut their ego, beat their ego, and they behave.
Mr. Jallo, when they go now the ballot box, then they go just to present a tribal problem. See, they were the
That
one
they
country
all
would
we get for address them. No worry. Papode.
because me
Trust.
the all of the salon problem them. I put them squarely upon the system of democracy we get, the type of democracy we travel, we practice.
Even that we
Because
get for discuss them. We get for discuss that.
the thing here is that
Mhm.
nobody no go look today you go na Tonkolili for go hand over the money again when they do that stupid thing then they go hand over money to people them. You go there today.
For mining.
Yes, the I don't call ourselves corporate social responsibility, the 1% when they say them for go give people them.
Not doing business for go hand
No,
over that
you
money.
not get nothing for do this, but now because they not get no job for do. The president and not get no job for do. You not
The
get a
man
job.
is
He has
idle. You never sit down
mhm.
in your office reach 90 days from where he gets power.
So they don't have anything to do. What he go say, Mr. Jallo, he say, well, we left for the vote for yourself this time around. Imagine, oh, they go give money, they go talk about vote. No vote yourself, they go say you die now, you vote against yourself. Vote for yourself this time around. But you say they go give money for community development. What did they go do for go talk about voting there? But when are the same
And
people
you know
them?
the other thing very stupid about what in they do?
No, sir.
The natural resources of a country are the property of the people. You don't do them a favor.
But that's just salon politics.
Are
I
they
told you
come?
see
Are
'em.
they come? Are they come?
Yeah.
Salon
Mm.
politics or no salon politics, I'm here to correct that. We get to try correct certain things, otherwise they will continue. You are
Yes, Mr.
not
Ella,
doing the
I,
people a favor.
I'm with you on this. That
They are the owners of that property that has been sanctified by this convention. I hope you see them.
see
The
this.
permanency of sovereignty over natural resources. You see it?
I will see 'em later because the thing
The
the
permanent sovereignty over natural resources. 1962, nine them passed this convention at the General Assembly. What in the
yeah, the same.
convention say? Let me read the main part of the convention to you. This convention declares that the rights of the people and nations to permanent sovereignty over their natural wealth and resources must be exercised in the interest of their national development and of the well being of the people of the state concerned. Tuya, una tell Julius Maada Bio, they left for the go as if not favor they go do the people. I don't care with 40 billion. Keep your mouth closed, mister. It's not your money. It's the people's money. And as a matter of fact, you and an Escoma una owe the nation an explanation. Why Tonkolili, 12.8 billion metric tons of iron ore, the people now they get benefit from them. Guinea, from Nimba, the people they can begin get benefits from the iron ore when they start for mine them in 2027. We have to begin to correct some of these things before they. These guys should behave themselves. They are not gods. They don't own
Yes,
Sierra Leone.
yes, but all I want to become rewarded, Mr. Jallo, we then dismantle the functioning of the state. Because the thing here is that no matter how we do, we have to go back to elections for elect the leaders,
Well,
next
now I make
leaders.
before elections, we further educate the people like enough, let them know.
But if the people and don't know more, when election time reach, then come with say this not the green party, this not the red party, this. When people are not going for change their minds, they don't divide the people and so much that people and just take that vote, then put up. Today, what they make a lot so all Nabu, Kenima, then put box today, then go in and back solidly. How you call that democracy?
Well,
This is not
that's why
democracy.
I've made up my mind about one thing before.
Mhm.
Nobody know they call me from set. Not so, of course, I know get mama and papa. Me wife and mama did it. I'm one of the few people who I get sympathy for. But any other person outside that, hey, Bratin Tranga, I say, me chef it Tranga for me. On a beer, now on a vote the system, so you get what you deserve.
Yeah,
At
me, I
this
always say
stage,
talkams.
at this
Yeah.
stage, I'm not looking for popularity from nobody. I always say this. I'm looking at saying and doing what is right. If we don't do it
Yeah.
this way, Sierra Leone go continue on this path. The same old authority and nonsense. Now I go continue.
You remember back when I've been talking about Sylvia, I mean, on the job training. That's what when I talk on the job training.
Yes.
We action as alone. Remember, I say Sylvia, after I don't graduate as a doctor, do the practical. 2 years ago, you go to Konoti where he put
Now
stethoscope and
political business, if you say they
no,
go there.
yes, no, he go then go let him he touch the thing and they sound people
And I'm na political business. Sylvia
now for sure
na
we say
actor.
yeah.
Sylvia no one for go to hospital. They are let know that.
No, I
Actor.
know. All that get for do with the system, see, as long as that person they
He
don't sit down
connected,
for
he can do what he want to do.
no, I mean to be if we get a system,
Mm.
if you come on at the field for 30 years, you know go just come today, you go put stethoscope, you wear a doctor
Now they okay, now
gown.
they okay, now they
No,
okay.
it that day the way you go there and get an opportunity now and just go
I know
say
what they talk, but other side we sober, we get order, they work so.
they're not for let
You
ourselves
they go
touch the thing in it.
pupillage back.
Yes, if we go do the training first,
Or you
let
they
me
go on in-service courses before you come back. And when you come back, you forget a supervisor where they observe you for the next 9 months.
yes, Mrs.
And not
Taylor,
only paramedical, in all professions. When I
yes.
came to this country, I wanted to go back to the classroom. I got verified and everything. I was put under training again.
Mhm.
You understand?
Yeah.
I mean, they under
Me,
somebody who been they supervise me.
like Mrs. Taylor, na nurse. He left the field from 2010, 2011. Now he go. go do business.
Mhm.
During the COVID, now the business stop.
Relax.
So now then you go back. Where you go for go back? You go take your exam back.
Who say
You
that?
go to now the US.
That one.
You go take your exam back.
Yes, why not?
For B, you don't go just come up because you don't be doctor in 1950. You go just come back say me a doctor this, na doctor this. They need do no specialty, no on the job training inside UK, Mr. Jallo. Even the one who dey take care of people, the carers them.
Then home care,
Every 3 months they get training.
the home
Every three
care
months they
or
get.
the institutional care.
I think na home care, na home care. I think.
Because you get two system of care. You get the one way, then they drive go na the home.
No, not to Dandy. Oh,
Then you get
even
the one way
Dandy.
the person they can resident na the place, but you get
Yes,
people
na
that
Dandy.
way
I mean, na
na
Dandy.
the well na the institutional care than they.
Yes, yes. That one day, even the one where you say on a home care, na UK, you must go training for the new things them.
You know we own system then
So
home care they by level. One day where they go for general assistance of the person. General things. The other one day where they come when I professional nurse, we in na im get right for give the person medicine, he get right for even give am injection. That if for qualify as a nurse. Oh. In this country, if you want give injection or anything, and they for qualify as a nurse na from nurse upwards. And even injection is hardly given except in emergency cases. Or maybe the person get an ailment where e not able for take solid things them, so then go they give am by injection. You understand?
okay,
Then you get the one that they come with their own duty and for clean the house. So get three levels of home care. The
mm.
institution and the old people that holding at their home, then get you how go, they sit down, keep company with them.
Then
Maybe
they are back. Now the same
they
thing. Then
go
they are
there
back.
2 or 3 days times a day. Then they go sit down,
Exactly.
keep company.
Then they are back. Then they are back.
For
Then
make
they
you
are
feel
back.
lively. But that
Yes. Then
person
they
know
are.
they go keep company, not get right for give administer medicine to the
No,
person.
no, no, no. They not get that right there.
You
I
can
don't
you
see all the
can give
thing.
the person in food. You can give them tea for drink. And even there, then get a list of what's in the person for take. If the person not for take sweet something like them, juicy drink them, you not forget 'em.
Well, now the same thing. Yeah, because they know she didn't get the European system.
Yeah.
They take care of senior them. The same. I
All
just
them
try
thing and
for.
they were able suppose for do an salon
No, Mr.
for the
Jallo.
for the
Mr. Jallo not the grow.
are they
Mr. Jallo
come,
not to
are they
continue to
come, are they
grow.
come. If then we politician not they sell we resources cheap, we for able generate wealth for take care of them things then they.
Mr. Jallo, it start by forgive somebody who knows Sabina as management, you go make him president.
Oh well,
It that is start.
oh well.
Because what you just need now for just be say me na SLPP, me na APC, na that you need for be president as alone.
And you know, see
I-
the way they don't work, all man they pull picture. One the
yes,
flag
yes.
bearer.
Because you don't need anything else. Just declare for them people. Yeah, that's all. That's all what you need. You know, could tell me say, even when we talk about re-election of Adabu, I say if this man becomes president again, that economy it will run on the ground. Not to
Well,
so
now
not
you
to this
run them. You know, Tin, before they,
yeah.
maybe that could lead we for make we get sense. Me, I know they pray God let Mother be not destroy the economy. Let do 'em. When
Uh,
acute hardship reach now the country, people will learn from that.
Mr. Jalo,
There are times
are
when
they
you
go
tell
so?
people them, then they think say na rubbish you they talk. Some man they say, I will left that man day. Now jealousy, they jealous. Now we not able can they now make it they jealous. Life is about choices. If you choose for be anything, you walk towards Sammy the be. If I had
Now
chosen
they
to be head of state, I would have been head of state. But not to me choice. Not to me
Now they
choice.
would go to Mr. Jallo. Why I talk
Now we
so?
reach it.
You know, say IMF normally the last year of election, na they can block country for not give them aid.
30-day block.
But you did 3 years or more to next election, they don't begin do you this year. Don't you that they tell you? You get for struggle for the next 3 years. And it's alone. We not get revenue sources anymore.
But
We not get revenue
how much we get from millions, not to $20 million.
22 million. 22 million.
If that
The,
22 million at you, then they consume inside 2 months.
the problem here is, Mr. Jallo, if we not get other, because you can say we get 22 million, maybe now one source of revenue. Maybe the other
From
not
all minerals, not to one
no,
source of
I
mineral.
know. I mean, say if say
What in
20
are
the
the
minute
agricultural productivity?
down in a zero, because I say zero,
What in our export capacity?
so Jalo, then they give the figure the how much they export, then they are you know, which I just want some horizon in one way. We they ask for agriculture.
Eh,
Mr. Jallo, I they contribute to the economy or to the budget.
mm,
Therefore, look at this way. They say minerals, they contribute about 40% of we export them. Not so?
okay, and
It,
at
it,
20 million.
yes, they contribute to the GDP
Mm,
about 25%. Not so?
okay,
So that
yes,
means say the revenue for be 25% equivalent.
yes.
But if that thing they not even 1% of revenue, so what you want to tell me now? Which are the other money they come out for run the country?
I don't know. I
Money
don't
no
know.
the
Now,
simply money
concern
no
I make
the
them keep lie that as na Sierra Leone. For the
you know
trust woman.
you not go able to suffice. Mr. Jallo,
They
for run
go
a
the
country like
trust
country
woman.
for run a country, you need
I
billions.
know, I know. Pafode, Pafode, Pafode.
Yeah, yes, sir.
If Sierra Leone is to be run on the basic minimum, where then will provide the basic equipment for hospital, for schools, water supply, then we get basic electricity. Sierra Leone needs over $17 billion every year. I want to find out what charity is. So not to noise at the
No,
make.
Mr. Jallo, now because you dey look am in
Mhm.
that way say because we get to, less than one now, 17 will be a big
Now I
difference. A
said the
very yeah, 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 yeah.
basic minimum. Not to say
I,
like
yeah, I
how
get you.
Belgium day, how England day, how Botswana day,
I
how
just want to get an
Ghana
example.
day. Not to add
I
the
just want to
talk
get an
of that
example.
basic,
Yes, I
basic.
like an example.
Mhm,
With with 11 million Belgians, then get
mhm.
220 billion dollars as
Budget.
budget.
Yes.
Yes.
Now I make a
We,
tell you say the basic.
yes. So if we get 20, in a huge one compared to what you get in a
You know
very
what
huge
make I
difference.
use that figure there? I take them on the minimum say if we look at all the services where government get for provide, you are spending about 2,500 to $3,000 per person to provide those services.
Yes, yes, that is a major
Now, ain't
push.
give me that figure there.
No, no, I even want to support you say, despite that fact,
Mhm.
forget one less than 1 billion now to you go get 20 billion, which is the talk show. Now 20-fold,
Well,
20-fold. Where
but do
it a
you
big
know? Do you know? We get the potential for raise that money in Sierra Leone.
yeah, of course, Mr. Jallo. But Mr. Jallo, if we invest in mining, they give we then 50 billion if you want per year.
Yes. And what
If,
do
we-
you
if we-
take? What do you take for invest in mining? Now for build trust and confidence in the
no,
populace.
or you make a development plan, Mr. Jallo.
Now are they come, are they come? You can make your development plan, but if the people are not trust you, they're not they put the money. If
No,
you
what
make a
I mean by development plan,
Mhm,
we don't say development plan in business in government.
mhm,
Development plan means if we get like this 1 billion, we get so
mhm,
right.
mhm.
We say every year we dey pull 150 million, we invest in per mining. Now in a called development
I
plan.
know, I
Or for
know.
say,
But that could
or
be
for
very slow. Yes, you
Mr.
can they
Jallo.
go at the come. Let we talk you they talk in economic terms, me they talk in terms of development.
No,
Okay?
because you say so slow. It's not get nothing now. We not
At
get
the
nothing for
come, at
now.
the come, at the come. We
Yes,
need
sir.
seed capital, not so.
Yes.
How do we raise seed capital? One way, if we get trust and confidence, the international community, investment banks, then they will go put money.
Yeah.
Secondly, Sierra Leoneans in and out of the diaspora, if they trust the government, then go say, all right, I invest $1,000 this year, or I invest $5,000 this year, so that last year how this thing they go. By next year, if you see say the thing they work fine, if we can afford this, okay, I can put $50,000 per that project today. I don't need that money now. That way, the government raises money to invest. Then they pay the people that will invest dividend. But
Mr. Jallo,
nobody know they put in money now because we not trust them. I
no,
swear to
that's
God.
yes, the trust now number one. The second one, Mr. Jallo,
Mhm,
if you make this TRC,
mhm,
now one government will get like the central government. You
mhm.
say nothing as they not go put their money though.
Now the trust we they talk
Because
about
they say if I give that money there, other
Bafode,
people go employ in people them.
Bafode. All
Yeah.
of that way they talk, so camp and trust.
Yes, indirectly, yes.
If
You
because
can't
the people them believe say when they put this money, then go invest pan Tonkolili mines. Then they employ people from Tonkolili. They employ other people them from other areas. Then that money they what the year done, Sierra Leone they get let's say 35% of the profits from Tonkolili. When the
Mhm.
government go take 10%, the 20%, and they put them back into paying of dividends or reinvesting in other sectors we will bring more profit. That way, things go before. That is how the Norwegians
Mm.
started with
Yes.
their Norwegian oil fund.
Which I they talk about development plan.
Mhm,
Everything what would they do? For instance, even this terminal we don't go build so.
mhm,
Then talk say we they can't build a terminal, they don't go make the cost as 300 million, for instance. We would talk say every year we spend 15 million or every year we spend 30 million per day. We start them. We know say in 10 years we don't own this airport. And that time that revenue always come up on the airport, they come back to we. This is how you build a country.
Mr.
You
That
pay back
airport, that 200 almost dollar.
270.
If them be ready for next Leonians, they invest people and they will go can they invest. But it's all about trust.
Yes, the trust there for them, but as long as this political system, Mr. Jallo, like example,
I know they deny
me,
you, Pafode. I know they
me, me,
deny you.
me,
I know
me,
they argue you.
my brother, he ex wife,
Mhm,
he come on na Karine.
mhm.
These people here, every year, then they then they contribute money, then go build the village where they come out.
I know
Mr.
about that.
Jallo, the structures they
I
we
know
know,
about that project there because somebody there who me
mm,
ain't very close when himself na Karine originate a man named
yes,
Alusain Jalo.
uh-huh.
I know.
So, then that village, them to themselves, Governor Kamo, they don't able make stores them. They don't build
This is what collective development they do.
because it's local to them. It's local to them,
You
Mr.
know
Jallo.
why they able to do an Karine? You know why they able to do an Karine?
No.
Look, these people that were in Akarine, they are all business people. The Limba, the Fula, the Madingo, then they're all business like. Then just feel like the Igbo of Nigeria. That system more than they use Nakarine, so the Igbo of Nigeria, they use them. I make Igbo land, they make more progress than most part of Nigeria. Can we replicate such things in Sierra Leone? Yes, we can. But are we ready to do it? No, we are not, because everything in Sierra Leone has to be around politics.
Yes.
This is the stupidity we we live on. This is the stupidity we practice. Then we wait try for talk 'em. People then feel say, oh, that man he had to me had to know I'm sorry, this I tell God thank you.
No, because they don't. Salon people they don't understand. We say we black man they talk even with money force will be kind of build the whole meeting them people have seen affect to the fete. we we wait for a and they come there. There's no fed in the fete so because we dey
Because
talk with
until we had to
no we dey talk with emotions. We don't come on our side. We be say like we talk to traumatized people them. We dey talk with emotions. So we dey talk with emotions. They will get for raise the volume. Who is the volume now? You go visit
but
people and
is
neighbor
your man
palava.
then pass me and that too?
Yes, the past we I know. I know. But people
They
so we
talk the knock table.
to me, I know the every black man they talk, the Allah, I feel say that man in the vex.
No,
No, that's
no,
what they
what
talk.
yeah they say with people then I say alone. When they hear who they talk so, they get different negative way when they interpret them. They not even know say now then good way they talk about. They get different negative ways they interpret them. But if we are seated here talking, it's because of your good.
No, they get force.
If I be one join salon politics, like when they put them poster they all over social media for don't put me on there. Say myself and be quota be alright. But me I don't want nobody in quota.
So Jalo, it's quite unfortunate, say 3 years to elections. Instead of them talk about the way forward for build the country economy, for build this, for raise revenue through investment, they can't talk about all man about election.
You
Election are
know,
just one
like
day.
until you don't talk about this IMF thing.
Yeah.
IMF is like cutting off Sierra Leone gradually.
Yeah, and the America talks now
You
they
know
then care.
why? You know why?
I think about two reasons.
Okay.
One reason why I think of is that because the Holland government go don't go put pressure by IMF, they own influence say that man in the whole that guy, do you want to press that button, let them get that man. Number one. Number two,
That's one possibility because not
number two,
only Holland, an international issue.
yes. Now, I just talk about Holland because I then
Yes.
be the main people there. Number two, I think say, that's why IMF can change governments now around the third world. That's what they can do. When they want to change government, then they make like say this government will manage. Law cut them, cut. But this is too early.
You
It's too
don't
early.
ever read or listen to this lady, Naomi Klein,
No.
the shock doctrine. I go send the a day on YouTube. I go send the YouTube to you. I don't read the book several times.
Mm.
What the second reason we again I me think say na the reason.
Yes,
Maybe
because that's
that guy in drug issue now a backup for make them take the final decision. But since the last election, you have noticed that no substantial input has been made by the
no,
international
because last year we
community.
didn't come. Last year we didn't come because no, she not been come from the election. And last year didn't come.
Yes.
We didn't come. Then come make an arrangement for 261 million for game over two
For
years
debt
for that.
servicing,
Yes, yes.
not
So
money
we,
that was given to the country for debt
Mr.
servicing.
Jallo, Mr. Jallo, we know about IMF. Me, I know say IMF. No, they ever help the country. You know they ever
You
help the
know,
country.
I will let we get this point clear for them.
Yes, sir.
Whether IMF they help the country or not, they are using a shock doctrine for make the people of Sierra Leone wake up.
Yes, now they don't do over and over.
They don't see say with a sleep now with. Then say well, they allow punish them small, low bodo them small, then go wake up because then just sit down for nonsense. The
Mr. Jallo, now so they
international
know.
community aware of the nonsense where they go on Sierra Leone.
Yes, well,
They
I
don't
just
like
want to.
it.
Yes,
You know why they don't like it? They
no,
put pressure upon their own economies.
yeah, no one reason down there. Yeah,
Because
the other reason we,
the
yeah,
migration level from Sierra Leone they
Too hard.
increase as the hardship they increase.
Yes, yes, that's not
So
true.
they put pressure on the economies because whatever you say about Europe, they are humanitarian. The European people then get more humanitarian quality than you can find with Americans and other nationalities. The number of people who they can Europe as migrants, if na any other side bin dey go through, look America. Short brief of people who begin candidate raise and make them into a political issue.
Yes.
You know the number of people they can Europe every day. Now the Europeans are providing boats, then they provide this, then create jobs for people them, for make them they take care of them people they they come. If even they're not going to accept the all self, but that brief term more than they come, then they take care of them. You know they hear all over the news now Europe. Yeah, few they go campaign against that. The fundamentalist parties them. But it's
Mm-hmm.
not as serious a political issue as it is in America or other parts. But yet still, they are afraid that if they don't find a way to control this stream of migrants, very soon it will be a problem for them. Because in the next 5 to 10 years, the European population will get an average age of 60, which means most of the people are not pensionists.
Mm-hmm.
And they need that money they for take care of them pensionists them. Not so for they go take care of young people when they come. Most of them they come without skills. Germany is doing very well because when people come to Germany, they put them in technical institutions, factories, who sign and they learn the language.
Yes.
Scandinavia don't begin adopt that.
Now the same method Belgium get to.
Yes.
When you come there, then they sell you the package. The package then they call it integration
Mhm.
package. Inside the language and job description they.
Yes.
So where you come first, you go 3 months or 6 months language intensive one,
Mhm.
then they give you money, then they give you support. So what you done now, you learn a trade.
Then they go
We
put
don't
you in
learn.
a trade place, then go they pay the workplace for pay you a salary. Now
Yes,
the
then go give
state
you
they
like
pay the workplace for pay you a salary.
and then you make a like say you productive. That's when you make a and like say you productive
Yeah,
even though you're not productive.
what thing then they do, you they learn the language, they learn the work ethics together. That's why then they pay the workplace for pay you wage at the end of the month. You go feel say now the workplace they pay you, but now the state they pay the workplace.
Now the owner for just tell you say, as long as you come, you register to them. These people are very caring people. So
They
that's why
have
I
they
can
have humanitarian waiting
we
pan them.
no even for account for the people. Why I can at this country?
Mhm.
I not go to the embassy. I just before I come now I get new passport. I get new ID card. Both of them valid for 10 years.
Oh, well.
Why I can't see them? They don't see me because after 3 months, 6 months, you address the loss in Belgium. So they don't see me. So when you come, you go to the embassy, you go register. So jalo them people begin defend me, right? All side, then defend me. All side, I belong go left address. So who say
Now
I go
we
pick
now you
post
know the
office. So
loss. So
then no, then they look for me. So what did they do now? They don't say this man married, he born, he get picked.
we
Now
know
they
the
begin,
loss.
now they begin communicate. Then they begin communicate with me woman directly about me. Let me show up. So something can happen.
Mm.
We want other picking at this country. Something I can't call. As I call them, what did they tell me? You don't go see the embassy now. Then I say what happened. They say because you're not missing person at this country, then they look for you. Imagine that. We the people who didn't Kuwait, we call the embassy. What did they tell you? What did they tell you? They say the Kuwaiti people they're free for do what they want to do with the people because they own law. They tell you, I guess Bakufa Mbule don't go na Kuwait. Na me the struggle is what I
Now
couldn't
now
accommodate.
modern slavery they under.
No, I mean the role of the embassy first for account for the people for take care of the people because account because for take care of people you know they account for the people. I will take care of them. They only account for their people.
Bavode, we get a crisis, we get a crisis, we get a
Anyway, 12,
crisis.
12 o'clock don't pass to
We
win.
get a crisis, we get a serious crisis, Bavode. We get a serious crisis. Let God help Salon.
I could left and Amsterdam. So Friday.
Okay, sir, we'll talk. Maybe Friday we go take leave. You know, say Friday na Good Friday.
Okay, okay.
We'll
No
get for
problem,
beat,
sir.
then get for beat Judas becoming a mix.
Now, now, Imran again for make Judas.
Yes. So maybe now, possibly
Imran again for make Judas.
I think but the weekend all now holiday. So let's leave it for
Next week.
Tuesday.
Okay,
Because
sir.
Monday is Easter Monday.
Yeah, yeah. Now, so it be.
Or possibly we can come on Monday. I'll go discuss some with him.
Okay, sir.
Then I want let me and you
Yes, sir.
let we plan an economic program.
You see, if you don't,
Especially
yeah, if you
especially
don't,
program around we resources, how we can generate wealth from our resources.
it will be very nice, Dialogue. Like, we don't decide one thing, say,
It
no, do
left
them on
to
a
you now.
Friday.
You forgive me a
No, we
day
don't talk
and
once or then
yeah, I've been saying
say
on a
Friday.
Friday. I've been saying on a
Yeah.
Friday. But you
Uh-huh.
forgive me a Friday way free. Send me a message. Then I go plan them for that day. Because I want to come online. Not so for you don't know more they talking at telephone. Hey, man, not afraid for die pan afraid, yeah?
No, not to free. I'm
I
just saying.
know.
No, no, we talk about that one. Don't talk about that on backstage.
Okay, we'll go do that. Bye.
Uh, okay, sir.
Okay, we
Later.
talk later, yeah?
Uh,
Okay, bye. Okay, Fambulem, I think we don't do justice to today. And as I always say, here the aim now for make we give the right type of knowledge for make everybody know what they need for know about Sierra Leone. It's not about political party. It's not about political support. Because as far as me concerned, if the political parties were worth their salt, Salon no go there this so. 64 years after independence, we know this so. Botswana got independence in 1966. By 1980, they don't come to the track, then begin to waiting for do. Now the only stable economy in Africa today would themselves get a sovereign wealth fund, then get everything and a country where they in a desert. If they can do it, why can't Sierra Leone do it? What is stopping us? What is stopping us? And I believe say the answer is we don't know what we need for know. If we know what we need for know, that information go allow we for able to relate and take decisions where we go get the correct political atmosphere in our country. When we get the correct political atmosphere, then it will be right for we for do what we want for do. Yeah, for the new people that will come, and subscribe to the channel. Una like the video for everybody and yeah, everybody una help we for share this channel. Let the news go. Some of us we consider ourselves now to be trustees of the Republic of Sierra Leone. And that's the duty I am performing here. I'm not here to answer yes or to anybody. I'm here to answer to Sierra Leoneans and assist Sierra Leoneans to understand what they need to understand so that we can take that country forward. It's the only thing we have that we can call home. If we don't do what needs to be done to take it forward, then we are doomed. And I thank you for listening to me. And I think say we go come on Friday, maybe Monday. we go come on. I go get for discuss with Imran and the other people. But Friday definitely is out of it. So until we meet on Monday, I thank you for listening.
What happens when truth becomes a tool, not a right? In Sierra Leone, confusion isn't just chaos, it's strategy. When leaders deny what you live, gaslight your reality, and rewrite the past, who really holds the power? Tonight on Truth Unmasked, we expose the tactics, we name the games, we decode the lies. Don't just believe what they tell you. Ask why they want you to believe it.